could be a quarter inch of rain today. And then a chance of rain before 8 o'clock tonight, then down to 39. And the high tomorrow is only going to be about 48 for tomorrow. And if you're heading to a ball game tomorrow night, it will not be freezing, but it's going to be down to about 41 tomorrow night if you're going to a playoff football game in New Mexico or Texas. Check of the weather being brought to you by our friends at All American Cleaners. All American Cleaners, they can wash, dry, and fold your clothes, 70 pounds, $16.99. Dry clean your clothes, starch them up. Check them out today. All American Cleaners, Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, and you can also find them in Hobbs. Live debate last night on stage. Donald Trump was not there. I will play some of that. Who did you think, anybody watched any of that?
I did.
And who do you think walked away as the winner?
I think the top two is Ron DeSantis and Kelly.
Who's Kelly?
Nikki, I'm sorry.
Kelly. Who?
Nikki Haley.
So to start off, you couldn't remember the name of the two.
Well,
and then Kelly. Yeah, Kelly.
That one girl. Yeah.
Right.
Wasn't she his candidate for a while?
She was. She was Tom's candidate.
Look,
she is.
I'm going to play the cuts coming in. I think she was spot on and probably one of the something. And Trump has said the same thing on the abortion issue.
Yeah, I saw that.
He is pro-life, but at the same time, he wants to treat people with respect, which might be his first time. But, and, you know, he's not staunch pro-life. He's like 15 weeks. And so Blake was spot on yesterday when he talked about we have to come to the conclusion, where is life, but where is the beginning of life? Is it at conception or is it at 15 weeks? Is that at 20 weeks? And scientifically, I'm sure we can figure that out. But the Republican Party has been losing elections. And quit talking about abortion. Talk about the economy. It's the economy, stupid.
Yeah,
right.
It's the economy. I mean, they want you to talk about. And I think Ramaswamy is spot on when he talked about McDaniels being a terrible. What is that? Republican chairman.
Oh yeah, just flamed her.
Yeah. Oh, he lit her on fire. So we'll get to all of that coming. But according to
if you did have a second, we need to reset your camera. Just FYI.
My camera's not good.
It was earlier, but when I reset everything, it killed it.
All right. Well, I can do that on the fly. Drudge polls shows that Haley 42%, DeSantis 15%.
15.
You know what's bad that Christie almost as popular as DeSantis, 13%, and Ramaswamy walked away with 26%. I will say it, and I'll play the cut. He did go after Nikki Haley's daughter. Not really went after her, but what he said was, and I don't have a problem with what he said. He said that Nikki Haley's worried about TikTok and her own daughter is on TikTok.
Right. I saw that. Did you see the look she gave him? Oh, my.
Oh, she gave him she was going to put some Indian chili down his mouth or something. So Cameron should be back up, Will, if you want to check on that.
Yes,
all right, we're gonna play the tweet of the day this morning. We're gonna get to that. Also, thought for the day, and then I'll get into. We got a lot of things to talk about. The whole censure of Tlaib. We'll get to that, and then we'll get into the debate. Tom in charge of the text, 877-396-W105.
All right, so the moving windows here. Hey, the question this texter is asking, how much early warning did Biden give before the bombing so they could move inventory and personnel? That's Rick Norris asking this morning.
I don't know, because the story just said we bombed them, and I mean, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Hey, we're going to bomb you guys. We're just letting you know. Well, drop some pamphlets to let everybody know to get the hell out of there and move everything.
Well, he did say when they were leaving Afghanistan, hey, we're leaving them. We're leaving you all this stuff.
The difference, too, with Syria, I don't think that they were bombing civilian targets.
No, they just bombed the
only reason Israel ever had to bomb any civilian targets is because Hamas is using them as human shields.
Right.
Well, they had their main bunker under the hospital.
Did drop pamphlets letting them know, hey, we're going to bomb you guys and get the hell out. And then Hamas wouldn't let them leave. You want to talk about barbaric? You want to take to the streets? It's troubling that the people that we have allowed into this country that care more for Hamas and the Palestinian Authority than they do our country. Let that sink in for just a sec. Carry on, Tom.
So, be any reports of that wreck on 62-180 yesterday morning? No, state police won't release anything for a couple of days, so we got to wait on them. And on the Grizzlies, how about we just release them in D.C., says this texter.
That might, maybe they can live in the swamp.
I think there's a few bears in D.C. already.
Yeah, well, there is. Yeah, most definitely.
And this texter says, Nikki Haley, this person says, Nikki Haley was about to pull a Will Smith. Get my daughter's name out of your mouth, says says the texter.
Look, Ramaswamy's job is to wreak havoc. That is his job, and to make people think. And I think he lights the fire. And I think right now what he said about all the elections we've lost since she has been in charge.
Boy, you ain't lying.
You can't argue with that.
No.
So, question of the day this morning, by the way, is Thursday thoughts. What are you thinking about? Yeah. What are you thinking about too much? I'd love to hear from you. By the way, it is up on Facebook. You can go check that out already on Facebook. All right, tweet of the day this morning. Tweet of the day being brought to you by Rig Outfitters in the Home Store, Broadmoor Mall. By the way, this is an opening for the tweet of the day. So if you want to sponsor the tweet of the day, you can sponsor the tweet of the day. Now, Will, we also have an opening for things that happen on this date in history coming up starting in December, correct?
Starting next month, yep.
Yeah.
So two openings.
If you want to sponsor either of those, your place of business, we would really appreciate the business. Don't call Tom.
These are rare openings, and they will not last. So if you guys have been waiting or been told that you can't advertise because we're full, this is your opportunity.
Yeah. Rig Outfitters in the Home Store, Broadmoor Mall, Hobbs America, complete line of FR jeans, coveralls, gloves, shirts, work boots, steel toe boots. It's about this time of the year where the companies start saying, here's a debit card. Go get you some new work boots or get some new FR stuff. So go do business at Rig Outfitters. And while you're there, you can check out, maybe you're thinking about getting yourself a Christmas present. Electronics. Yeah, they've got the big screen TVs, recliners. They've got the washers and dryers. So furniture, appliances, electronics, all with zero down financing at Rig Outfitters in the Broadmoor Mall. And Scrub Outfitters is right next door. Our buddy Joe has put both of these businesses together. And Scrub Outfitters, he saw the niche in the market that nobody was selling scrubs. So he built the largest store in 100 miles dealing with scrubs. And, of course, they have compression socks and shoes, but the big name brands in the medical field like Med Couture, Healing Hands, and Peaches. Find out more information. Just stop in and check them out. Rig Outfitters, Scrub Outfitters in the Broadmoor Mall. Tweet of the day, Biden's brain, if he only had a brain.
Failure, because I haven't got a brain.
Well, what would you do with a brain if you had one?
Do? Why, if I had a brain, I could
concentrate for hours, my presidential powers, to compensate Ukraine. For squashing my indictment, just imagine my excitement if I only had a brain.
If I did.
My son who's crack addicted, and I should be convicted for crimes we can't explain. To avoid repercussions, I could pin it on the Russians if I only had a brain. Oh, I, with the rise, inflation's on the rise. I'd admit we weaponized the FBI, and then I'd quit and run and hide. We stole the last election, there was no insurrection, the left has gone insane. I'd concede I'm a loser and Pelosi is a boozer if I only had a brain.
Thank you so much. The tweet of the day. I love when listeners send me stuff. We appreciate you so much.
Hey,
Thought for the day is on the way.
Hey, B, that just reminded me in Hobbs, starting tonight and in over the weekend, the high school play is doing Wizard of Oz. And
really?
And they have like 80 kids in this production, and they've gotten even young kids down there too. So it's pretty cool.
Who's the Oompa Loompas going to be?
Like 4th and 5th graders.
Oh,
so that just reminded me.
What,
And
you wanted the part?
Tom was trying to audition.
Yeah, he was trying to get in there.
Well, it performs tonight and over the weekend. So
troubling story out of Carlsbad. This is really, really troubling. Carlsbad woman released with a monitor after her mistrial on her grandson's death. Kelly Sullivan Kelly Smith was let go yesterday. My printer blocks out part of it. So anyway, she allegedly allowed her grandson to overdose on fentanyl. She was released from custody after the judge in the case declared a mistrial. Smith's trial was supposed to begin Monday, but the judge, David Finger, could not seat a jury from the selected pool of candidates, which prompted mistrial. Smith is charged with child abuse resulting in the death of her 12-year-old grandson, Brent Sullivan, and who was found unresponsive in her shed 2 years ago. Police say Smith, along with Brent's mother, Alexis Smith, were using and selling fentanyl. So mom and grandmother were selling fentanyl. The horrific part of this story is this wasn't little Brent's first time overdosing. No. They had hit him with Narcan 2 times before to save his life. Her conditions are released. She's going to have an ankle monitor and have no contact with any children. That includes her grandkids. And because she was allowed out of jail last year, and she got in touch with her grandkids. She will also have to report to a drug counselor. No word if they're planning to reset the trial. I pray to God that they reset this trial. Last week, Alexis Smith was sentenced to 14 years in prison for her role in the death of her son.
Yeah, I mean, this woman has to pay for that.
Yeah, there will be another trial, but they couldn't seat a jury?
Well, knowing David Finger, I'm sure that he will try.
Yeah.
So they could not seat the jury with the pool of jurors that they had. And that's horrific. But,
well, B, they've talked for a couple of years now about people when they get a jury summons, they just don't show up.
Yep.
They used to go to
and maybe they should do something about that.
Yeah, they used to.
Yeah, back in the day, if you did not show up, they put a warrant for your arrest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole system is counting on you doing your civic duty.
Right.
And in this case, this woman who allowed her grandson to be, I'll say it murder. I will say it murder because you knew that the 12-year-old, what kind of sane people allow a 12-year-old to do fentanyl because you can't stop?
Right.
Sad. Zelensky, this is kind of funny. Zelensky wants us to give him credit. And it's amazing because he's talking to the American people. He's talking, okay, if you can't give us more money, give us credit. We'll pay you back.
Give us some financial support. Okay, please, give us a credit. and we will give you back money.
No, you will not give us back money because you have no damn money. You are living on American taxpayers. And what's very sad, we are more worried about paying off their national debt than paying off our national debt. Sad but true. No, we're not going to give you any credit.
I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
And you know what's even greater than that is that the Republicans now in the House are saying we're not giving them any more money.
Thank
you, Representative Johnson, Speaker Johnson, for saying no, we're not going to do it anymore. 130 terrorist tunnels destroyed since the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war. So they have decimated 130 of those tunnels. And the effort to ban Donald Trump from Tennessee primary went down in flames. And, you know, it's the same guy that is doing this in every state. He did it in New Mexico. He did it in Colorado. Mm-hmm. He's done it in, I think it's 12 or 14 states that he files a petition to keep Trump off the ballot. And if you keep him off the ballot, people are just going to write his name in. So the effort to ban Trump from Minnesota failed.
If other states are like New Mexico and they write him in, you know, we had a big problem with that when Larry Marker was running.
You're 100% correct. We sure did. Fort Stockton police let the public know on Facebook they are conducting an isolated crime scene investigation. There was no active shooter yesterday. Things got crazy in Fort Stockton. And it was all because I thought there was an active shooter going on, and it was just the police doing a isolated crime scene investigation. So no active shooter in Fort Stockton. Did you guys watch any of the Donald Trump rally? Of course, Trump will do a rally when they're doing
the debates.
The debate, and he had Roseanne Barr try to get the crowd riled up. And she went out there and she started a chant that she called him the king of the MAGA Republic or something. Oh, the Democrats are going to pick up on that. You can count on that. But she kept yelling and chanting, and people picked it up. It said, kill the BS, except she didn't say BS. And so the Democrats are going crazy, saying that she has such a foul mouth, and I had no idea that she supported Trump. No idea at all that she's with Roseanne Barr.
Yeah.
But when you let Roseanne Barr take the mic, you don't know what's going to happen. You have no idea.
As long as she's not singing.
Please don't let her sing the national anthem. And Attorney General Raul Torres offering a red flag training for law enforcement across the state. He wants to show them how to use the red flag law. Blake, you might have the answer. How many times have we used the red flag law since it was put in?
In New Mexico?
Yeah, in New Mexico.
I think they've tried to use it twice.
Is it that high?
Well, wow. I don't think they've ever actually done it, but I think they've tried to do it twice.
Every time they tried, yeah.
Right.
Oh. So, but he is encouraging law enforcement and judges to use it more often. So he is holding a training for all law enforcement agencies in the state.
Well, of course he is. He's red flag. He's super far left. Like you can almost call him communist.
Yeah.
You know, he and Martin Heinrich right together.
Yeah, most definitely. So is it 2 years it's been on the books? Red flag law?
2020, right?
So it's more like 3 years. Well, two and a half years, going on 3 years. So he wants to hold seminars to teach the police officers how to use the red flag law. Sarah Huckabee Sanders makes a major endorsement in the 2024 Republican presidential election. And she went on to say that our country has never needed Donald Trump like we need Donald Trump today. She was actually at the rally with Roseanne Barr. You want to talk about somebody that's uber different? Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Roseanne Barr. But she endorsed Trump.
You know,
of course. I mean,
with Roseanne, isn't Tom Arnold a Republican too? Her ex?
I think he is.
I
They won't admit it,
he
though.
is. I thought Tom was a big time lib.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe that's what it was.
I didn't know the history of Tom Arnold. I watched that. I think that special on Netflix that his sister and brother-in-law were big time meth dealers, and ended up went to prison, and it was crazy because the brother-in-law I think got killed, and the sister picked up. She was like a tough woman. And that back in the day, they were making their own methamphetamine, of course. All right, 638. Representative Teresa Leger Fernandez. Of course, speaking of far left, I don't know if you can get any further left than her, but she gets in the details about funding, and she's saying the Republicans are cutting all kind of funding. And listen to some of the things she says that the Republicans are cutting.
Is 58% below.
So when you're trying to cut the budget, isn't the idea to cut stuff and take stuff off the books?
Kind of in the definition.
Yeah, I think that would, but she's upset that it's 58% lower in spending. That's what the Republicans have tried to pass. Here, she goes on.
58% below, which was appropriated last year. And what does it do? It makes it easier for scammers, fraudsters, and cheaters to exploit vulnerable citizens, including our seniors and our children, and makes it easier for them to get away with it. The proposed cuts to agencies like the IRS, the Federal Trade Commission, the Consumer Product Safety Commission would expose families to greater risk, all while protecting the interests of the wealthy and the well-connected.
I just need to know how that protects the wealthy. And what they did.
You mean it protects the Democrats' special interest? Oh, yeah.
We do not need 86,000 additional IRS agents. We don't need, IRS agents out the wazoo. We just don't.
We need fewer.
Well, you know what? I'm in favor of getting rid of the IRS completely. Let's just do a flat tax or a consumption tax.
I totally agree with that. But, if you ever get audited and you go to the IRS office to get audited, there is an IRS agent that has a firearm on their side that will come and stand behind you the whole time. And that's nothing but intimidation.
Sure. And the 86,000 they were trying to add would all carry firearms. I'm just like, wow, that sounds like a army to me. I mean, I could be wrong. New York's Attorney General, Letitia James, talks about going after Trump. And her main goal is to strip him of $250 million in assets. Listen.
Well, my role is civil. But I will come back before you soon with a check for $250 million. And to let you know that he is no longer allowed to do business in the state of New York. Yeah, we've got a special charge to show up and stand up for one another.
So I'm just, the goal is getting rid of business. Is that the goal? To just get rid of business?
Apparently.
I thought the idea was to collect taxes. No, to get rid of business. Okay, I got you.
The goal is just to get rid of Trump, period.
Yeah, no doubt. And Joaquin Jeffries was asked about the Tlaib censure. Here's what he had to say. yesterday.
Are you concerned about her use of that phrase from the organization?
I've expressed concern about that and will continue to.
What about the
extreme MAGA Republican agenda has nothing to do with the American people. They want to default on our debt, shut down the government, crash the economy, censure Democrats, and avoid holding their own members accountable.
Thank you, Louis Farrakhan's nephew. Appreciate that so much. It's like a recording. It's like AI. He just repeats the same thing. The extreme MAGA Republicans. Over and over. Tom and the text. We'll get to Tlaib being censured coming up next. 642. Our number 877-396-W105. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. They've got everything if you're living on a farm or a ranch. Feed for the animals, your certified Purina dealer. Also, they've got Western gear, and they've got everything. Like I said, if you're living on a farm or a ranch, they've got pumps for your water wells. They've got plumbing supplies. You name it. They've got bumper guards, and they've got they've got everything. Check them out today, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, online at roswelllivestock.com. If you're in Capitan, you could visit them at the Lincoln County Mercantile. Tom and the text. Morning, Tom.
All right. So on the mistrial, this texter says that courtroom was full with 100 jurors. Now, too many jurors knew about that case, and it was struck down by the prosecution. So, quit blowing smoke. Talking to you this morning.
How am I blowing smoke? I read the story word for word. How am I blowing smoke? I said that they couldn't seat a jury. How am I said I hope that they come back and try her again. What smoke am I blowing?
Well, and it's not surprising that everybody's heard about this story. I mean,
right.
So
isn't that their fault?
Carlsbad's a small community.
Yeah. Do you think, guys, that they can't move it here or in Chavez because you get the same?
It would have to be moved somewhere. I would think everybody in the state would know about it. I don't know, but I'm not blowing smoke. I don't care for people that allow their kids to do fentanyl.
Yeah. So if and when this woman gets $250 million check from Donald Trump, who is he going to benefit from? That's the point. And how you're not going to be able to take away his assets. How are you going to get 250? That would be highway robbery. You're not going to be able to take $250 million off of Donald Trump. That's ridiculous. John from Eunice says, good morning, guys. Trump was right. They are not after him. They're after us. He's just in the way right now. If they can make if they can rake him over the coals like that, just imagine what they'll do to the common American. John from Eunice. We got a phone call this morning. Hey, good morning. You're on Being the Breakfast Club.
Good morning, guys. It's Chip. How are you doing this morning?
Chipper. How are you?
Good.
Hey, I'm driving down 82 right now, headed west, right? Just left Lovington. You know, how many accidents have we had in this deaths in the last month on this road, month and a half? Some of you people out here who drive like retards behind the wheel, trying to pass 3 vehicles at one time, you're the reason people die out here because you're dumb. Companies like Ferguson, Ranger, sorry to say those names on the air. I know I'm not supposed to, apologize. But I'm calling you out because this is enough. We have sheriffs on this road that are sitting out here that don't do their job, that don't pull people over. So maybe get up and do your job, Sheriff. There's people constantly out here that are speeding. People are dying. It's almost the holidays. Stop being dumb. Make it home to your families for crying out loud. Or care about the other driver on the other road enough. You know what I mean? To make it home for them.
Job. Yeah, there's no job that important. None. No job.
No, there's not. So. And these people are speeding like 85 miles an hour down this road. It's absolute asinine. I don't get it. There's no shoulder on this road. No room for error. If you make a mistake, you're making that mistake, and you're going to take somebody with you or take your own life. And by all means, you can die. I don't care. By all means, boo-boo, if you want to be driving stupid out here, die. By all means. But don't take somebody else with you because you don't know how to manage your time right.
Yeah, I'm sure their family wouldn't care for it. Appreciate you, Chip. Have a good one. Rio Rancho school resource officers made some busts. They were able to get into students' cars. They found drugs, cash, vape pens, and a gun. Now, it was just last week that another school in Albuquerque, they found a gun on a student. Thank God nobody was hurt. But Rio Rancho High School received a tip about a student that might have drugs on campus, and the student was selling vape pens at the school, THC vape pens, and posting it on Snapchat. Officers started searching his backpack and his car. How much money do you think that a student would have on him? $1,700.
Wow.
He also had a baggie of magic mushrooms and all kind of other things. And they did discover a gun with a round in the chamber and on another student's car. So resource officers doing their job and taking the kids down and eliminating that threat for sure. Santa Fe, they found a man guilty in the 2022 Park murder. 60-year-old Santa Fe man was arrested. Arthur, Judah Trujillo was found guilty, and he's going away for a long, long time. Sentencing coming up next month. Texas man arrested after drugs found in his cheeseburger during a traffic stop that happened in Illinois. The man was in Illinois, but from Laredo, and had a Wendy's cheeseburger. When the cops pulled him over, I guess he hid the drugs inside the cheeseburger.
What made him think to look in the cheeseburger?
I don't know, but they found 2 ounces of cocaine in the cheeseburger.
Wow.
Yeah, his jaws were. I don't know why they looked in the cheeseburger. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Find them today online at maintrailersalesinc.com. 575-622-1751. 2 lots in Roswell. 60, almost 70 years of business now experience. And, their benchmark being in business that long is treat people the right way. Give the customers the best deal and give great service after the sale. And that remains almost 70 years later. If you're looking for a fifth wheel, ultralight, toy hauler, or more, go to maintrailersalesinc.com. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales. Price of oil coming up next. And then we'll get into the let's get to Tlaib first, talking about her censure. And, of course, the first time, not enough votes. The second time, well, she kept flapping her jaws. Second time they got her.
Much of what I'm seeing is distortion of my words, also in trying to silence my residents who have been calling from the beginning of freedom from inequality, freedom from the occupation, freedom from the violence. And so it has been really difficult, I think, for me as I walk on the House floor, walking there, watching many of the colleagues that voted for this not engage me, and they know I'm ready.
Sure. We heard what you said. We heard you enticed a riot, not Donald Trump. Donald Trump said, let's peacefully protest. Yeah. But the bigger picture is they are now saying that Muslim voters could tank the 24 election for Joe Biden. Because just like she said, they will not forget. Credit card debt rises to a record $1.08 trillion in America. The largest amount of debt on credit cards. Crazy. Household debt rose to $17.3 trillion in the third quarter. But student loan balances at 1.6 trillion, and credit card debt for the month $1.8 trillion, but as total $17.3 trillion in credit card debts. Is that a sign of a bad economy?
Absolutely.
I would think so. But all is good. Things are great. Bidenomics is kicking in. It's awesome. Fantastic. All right, thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Excellent service, dependable, boom or bust. They are there for you. They have diesel, DEF value, gas, whatever it is, interstate batteries if you need those. They can deliver them out in the patch, on-road or off-road. Find them at wakefieldoil.com. Thought for the day this morning, is I correct autocorrect more than it corrects me? And that's a true story. How many times am I posting something up and autocorrect corrects me and I have to go back and correct it? It's pretty sad. Pretty sad. All right, we'll get to the debate coming up next. Tom on the text.
All right, so this texter says, you know what? I bet you old Chip rats on all of his co-workers. Laugh out loud, says the texter. Drew from Carlsbad. It's starting to get a little bit of rain here in Loving. Be careful out on the road, too, okay?
And we got that 7% chance of rain today.
Yep, it's coming up. And since the Democrats refer to us as MAGA Republicans in a derogatory way, can we refer to them as ship-tard Democrats from now on? Says this one texter.
That would be sheep-tard.
Is it sheep-tard? I was thinking shepherd.
Says sheep.
Okay,
says sheep.
How's it spelled? Go ahead and spell it for me.
Sheep-tard.
No, go ahead and spell it for me.
It's SHEEPTARD.
Oh, that would be sheep, right?
Sheep-tard. But a shepherd is a driver of sheep.
Don't even try. Don't even try.
That's what I was going for. Shepherd.
SHEEP would be sheep.
How's the shepherd spelled, B, by the way?
I'm just a dumb Cajun from Louisiana.
You dang sure are.
Shepherd does not look like sheep. It only has one E in it. And then everything after the P is different.
Texas education system. Thank you.
Hey.
All right, B, another texter says, hey, B, half of the credit card debt is mine since January 2021. My credit card score has gone from 821 to 670. Ooh. Thanks, Biden, for destroying our economy. Let's go back to the phone lines. Good morning. You're on B in the Breakfast Club.
Hey, how y'all doing this morning?
Morning.
We're awesome. What's going on, brother?
Hey, B, you want to hear the sign of a really good economy?
Sure.
Like we got right now, Bidenomics. A couple of months ago, I got a $1 an hour raise, and I'm making less now than I was then because more taxes and rates put me in a higher tax bracket. So I'm making less what I was before I got the raise. Now that's really a good economy right there.
Yeah, that just stinks to high heaven. It really, really does. That's why I'm a big fan of consumption tax or a flat tax. This graduated tax rate does nothing but encourage people not to work as hard. It really does.
All right.
Hey, I appreciate you, buddy. Have you ever been in a class with a teacher that is very socialist and gets into the argument about the graduated tax and why? Because the little guy that's not making enough money, he shouldn't pay as much taxes. Well, he's not going to pay as much taxes. 15% is 15%.
I got thrown out of a class in school and was told not to come back.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That, I mean, he's not paying the same amount of taxes. Why wouldn't he pay the same rate? It makes zero sense to me. And I don't know how that all got started because it doesn't make sense. I don't even know how we started paying taxes. Oh, it was to fund the war. Oh, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, it was only supposed to be temporary.
Yeah, and I've used this analogy like 1,000 times. My grandfather paid, 5%. My dad paid 15%. Here I am at 30+%. Where will it end?
Well, they want it all. They keep pushing things like, hey, Denmark is the happiest country in the world. And look, they pay 90% of their income in taxes. So shouldn't we be like them?
No.
Right.
No.
But
What's
that's
the
what they
size of
push.
Denmark? What's the size of Denmark?
I don't know, about 10 million people, I guess.
Size
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
of New Hampshire, maybe.
Smaller than Texas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, Price Oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers. Find them today. All you got to do is go to greatoilfieldjobs.com. They are not hiring right now. Let me repeat that. Look, in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico, they have filled every position. And part of the reason they fill these positions is they offer a great place to work and a great salary and one of the best benefit packages out there. Sooner or later, they'll start hiring again and adding more to their team. But you can always go check them out. GreatOilfieldJobs.com, equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer. Tom?
West Texas Intermediate, $75.97, 80.22 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas is $3.12.
All right, before I get in the debate, I'm going to hold off until we come back after we take our break. We'll do that, and then we'll all the debate. Some great cuts. Chris Christie shouldn't be on the stage. Tim Scott shouldn't be on the stage. No. Hopefully they are taken off the stage fairly quick. And hopefully Trump does debate. And Trump will speak about why he's not debating in the next break. Federal lawsuit filed against a Las Cruces police officer, the charged with involuntary manslaughter. Officer with the Las Cruces Police Department faces a federal lawsuit after fatally shooting someone in August of 2022. Police officers called to the Chevron gas station after the clerk accused a man of stealing beer. This led to the fatal shooting of 36-year-old Presley Ease. The officer, Brad Lundstrom, is the defendant in a lawsuit, and he has been charged with voluntary manslaughter in that shooting. And, of course, this is a federal lawsuit, federal death lawsuit that's being held, coming down against the Las Cruces police officer. 877-396-W105B on the Breakfast Club. 70% chance of rain throughout the day, 49 for the high today. We've got rain, most of that rain coming after 2 p.m. this afternoon. We're talking about maybe a quarter inch of rain this afternoon, more rain into tonight, 30% chance of rain. And then tomorrow morning, the rain is back. Could see some sunny skies maybe tomorrow afternoon. High temperature tomorrow, 48. Warming up on Veterans Day to 57, and the rain is completely gone. Check of the weather being brought to you by the Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill in Lovington. Family owned and operated. They've got 30 years experience in the meat market. Looking for a special cut, they can accommodate that. Look, they have lunch specials. Go and check them out. And if you're looking for a steak or burgers or looking for, burger patties, pork chops, they got specialty cuts. If you're looking for a steak that's like yay thick, talk to them. And, of course, you can also dine in or place your order and pick up. They offer smoked meats and more. They're at 1422 South Main in Lovington. Or call in your orders today at 575-739-7778. That's 739-7778. Enjoy your daily lunch there. And, of course, they have meat market specials every week. Go in there and check them out and do business with them. They are a new sponsor to be in the Breakfast Club.
I just went in to check it out. They had some really cool sausages, but then they had the jalapeno poppers, man, they rocked. So that was just a cool little thing just to pick up to snack on real quick.
So go in there and do business with good people. That would be awesome. I'm sure Tom has been in there. He's quiet like a prostitute in a church. Tom, I'm sure you've been in there, right?
Right.
Tell.
Did you have the sausage?
To tell. He won't say it.
What'd you have?
No,
Well, you ain't eating no jalapeno poppers. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, and here's the deal. The weigh-in Friday will tell because you're about, 30 days? About 40 days from the deadline.
No.
And at this point, how could it be 60?
Tom's math.
Right.
How could it be 60?
Well,
it's about 40, maybe 45 days.
Well, because he's going to push it back to January.
No. The deadline is December 31st. 218 pounds. And there is only one way to do this, that we sew up your mouth.
Ah. Yeah.
That would be about the only way you're going to lose that much weight. Not going to happen. You have to change your lifestyle and change what you're doing.
Oh, and someone says, "Hey Tom, how was the buffet yesterday?"
It was good, but I had salad.
You're
usually
trying. You're trying to tell me that you're gonna waste money on a full buffet and just eat salad.
Salad and caldo.
Lies.
What was on the salad?
That's what I used to do.
What was on the salad?
To me, I eat the buffet and I just get salad and soup.
Yep, that's all I get. And beans.
So what you're saying is you had lettuce underneath everything else.
And by the way, beans would not be low carb.
Well, beans are fine. They're a protein.
Yeah.
And it depends on what you eat with it. You know, if you eat rice with it, it's a complete protein.
No rice.
Or the tortilla.
No tortilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you never eat tortilla with your caldo. Oh yeah, he is so full of crap. I can't even.
So the proof will be in the pudding on December 31st. All right, on the way, we're going to talk about Wayland Baptist.
Uh-oh.
They had a lockdown at Wayland Baptist yesterday in Plainview. Secretary Pete Buttigieg made a surprise. I can't believe, where the hell is he going? He wouldn't go to East Palestine, but he's going to. I'll talk about that story. 8 people die in a crash involving human smugglers. And Robert F. Kennedy Jr. takes a jab at the Republican candidates. A Super Bowl champion passed away yesterday. And Homeland Security coming out with their mandating their employees to use certain pronouns. I'll get to that and more. And the GOP lawmakers pressing Treasury on donations to Hamas. We'll dive down on all those stories coming up during the next break. National anthem and the pledge still to come. Our number 877-396-W105. And we'll dive into the debate. Tom, if you would, wrap up the text.
Smokey in Arizona. Tom, you're such a liar. You need to put Tom on that same diet you had to be on.
He's talking to me.
Talking to Will. So.
And so you say, yeah, Tom, the problem is he won't stick to it. He's supposed to be on basically the same. Well, with the exception of the kidney stuff, he should be on a low carb diet, but that ain't happening.
Mm-hmm. And beans are not protein. Now, that was a farce put on by the U.S. government along with the food pyramid to boost vegetable sales to help farmers back in the 1960s.
Well, the food pyramid, I agree, is. But if you go and actually look at the nutritional makeup of various vegetables and legumes, which beans, you will find out that they are mostly made up of proteins.
Yeah. It's such a joke, this one texter goes on to say. And Morning Guy says, this one texter, over $1 trillion on a credit card debt. People better wake up about Biden and his idiots on inflation. Now, we are slaves working to support all this BS. Rogue One.
Well,
chiming in.
and let's think about this, and I'm not encouraging it, but what would happen when people can't afford that debt and they default on all that debt? What happens in the entire scope of everything?
Bad things.
Really bad. And then they walk away from. We also had the highest foreclosures, repossessions, and I haven't even looked at the foreclosures. But I'd be willing to bet it is very, very high. But repossession of cars is at an all-time high also.
Oh man.
And this is all benchmarks to show that the economy is not good. And even Democrats are starting to speak out and go, no, the economy's not good. I mean, and you can't even say it. You can't. And then you go to the grocery store and it's not good. All right, we're going to take a break. We're coming back. We're going to keep you updated with everything going on with news. KWMW Malchmore, 105.1 FM. We're going to give you a chance to win some cash. We'll keep you updated with everything going on. News this morning being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you every project begins with a solid foundation. They've got ready-mix concrete, affordable prices, and, of course, they offer great customer service. They offer better customer service than everybody else. Doesn't matter if you have a small job or a large job, they're going to treat everybody the same way. ChanceMaterials.com, 575-363-3240. That's 575-363-3240. Or go to ChanceMaterials.com. Plants in Carlsbad and Roswell, they serve all of southeast New Mexico with ready-mix concrete at Chance Materials, ChanceMaterials.com. We're coming right back. Let's qualify, folks, for cash. 708 on W105.
The Geo Group in Hobbs presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now.
Call in now to win.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. An earthquake rocked parts of southeast New Mexico and parts of far west Texas early yesterday morning. That, according to the USGS, a 5.3 magnitude earthquake measured 37 kilometers west of Mentone, Texas. That magnitude quake was felt in Roswell, Alamogordo, Carlsbad, Hobbs, Artesia, Clovis, Las Cruces, and even in El Paso. So far, no reports of any damage at this time. We'll keep you posted. Lee County residents happy to know their home heating bills should drop by an average of $17 per month this winter. A 24% decrease in winter heating bills this year. It's due to warmer 2022-23 winter and increased natural gas production over the summer months. Natural gas production averaging 104 billion cubic feet per day in October, compared to 102 in September and a record high of 103 in July. However, prices climbing next year following recent price climbs. Natural gas prices have posted gains in 4 of the last 5 months, climbing 22% in October. Some of the biggest oil and gas companies in the Permian Basin came out against a proposed nuclear waste facility in southeast New Mexico. The basin spans southeast New Mexico and West Texas. It's regarded as one of the most active fossil fuel regions in the world. It was forecast to produce about 6 million barrels of oil per day in November. That, according to Energy Information Administration, that is about half of the more than 12 million of total U.S. output. All that oil production is driven by some of the world's largest energy companies establishing heavy operations in the region. And that's a look at what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so mad? I just want to let giant Madagascar fruit bats sleep during the day hanging from my armpits. I know, I watch too much Animal Planet, don't I? You know, he's down to Duck Inn last night, and Junior, he announces he's going to go home on account of him and his old lady going to take their new RV and drive over to one of them casinos and have a long weekend. I go, well, don't lose too much dough at the tables there, Junior. And he gives this big laugh and goes, I always do, and he walks out the door. Ha, 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 you butthead. And I look at his brother Dub, and I go, how in the hell does your brother got so much money? I said, forget the money. How does he got the life I'm supposed to have? Junior's younger than us a little bit, but we all grew up together. He came from a dysfunctional family of inbred knuckle-dragging hillbillies, and I come from a dysfunctional family of mentally stunted rednecks. So neither one of us got a head start in life. We went to school together, got jobs at the plant together, got married about the same time, and it was like we were twins with totally different parents. But look at him now. Junior's got a prettier wife than me. He's got a newer truck. He got himself a bass boat, brand new RV, actual cement driveway at his house. He's all the time waltzing into the Duck Inn with a new pair of boots and new ball cap. He seems to be happier than me, healthier than me. Fact is, the boy's about to drive me up the wall. So I go, Dub, what has your brother Junior got that I don't? Dub goes, you're missing the question, Earl. It's what do you got that he don't? And I said, what on earth do I have that he don't? You got kids. Wake up, America! So if you're wondering how come your life sucks and you never got where you thought you'd ought to be, your answer is downstairs playing the Xbox. Don't forget they need to take in field trip money tomorrow, too. I'm Earl Pitts, American and Pizza.
Holy cannoli! No matter when, no matter where, no matter what, Nomad provides the highest quality, full line of organic products and the friendliest, most educated staff in Southeast New Mexico. With locations in Tatum and Hobbs, Nomad can guide the first-time nervous customer as well as cater to connoisseurs and medical patients. You can stop by their one-of-a-kind retail locations at 223 West Broadway in Tatum or at 3501 North Grimes in Hobbs. Reach for the top shelf today at Nomad.
Must be 21. Do not use if pregnant. Do not operate heavy machinery. Not FDA approved.
Join Inn of the Mountain Gods and Alamogordo Christ Community Church for Come Let Us Adore Him, a brunch and praise event on Saturday, December 2nd from 10 a.m. to noon. Enjoy an impressive brunch buffet followed by an astonishing hour of worship and Christmas carols. Tickets are on sale now for Come Let Us Adore Him, a brunch and praise event on December 2nd. For tickets, visit inofthemountaingods.com. Minors must be accompanied by an adult.
Food insecurity is one of the most challenging obstacles a family can face, especially during a holiday that is so food-focused, Thanksgiving. Rig Outfitters and Home Store, along with Scrub Outfitters and Hobbs, is proud to be sponsoring the second annual MTD Radio Food Fight, coming up this November 17th and 18th. Gather up your holiday donations and keep listening for details on your city's food fight location. Rig Outfitters and Home Store and Scrub Outfitters, encouraging you to unite together to fight hunger.
Here is your Liar Liar Pants on Fire update.
It's estimated that 200 million people have died, probably by the time I finish this talk.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Okay, you ready? Yeah. Here it comes. Okay, I'm ready.
Don't get up without us.
All right, 7:15, we are B and the Breakfast Club. Just talking to my grandson who had called me yesterday, and I missed the call, but he won the flag football Super Bowl. The Genesis team, him and his teammates won the Super Bowl, so he wanted to show me his medal. And that is one thing that I miss dearly, is going to my grandkids' sporting events.
Right.
But it's good that we can chat, unless I miss the call, of course. and then the time difference is, and then my son had called at the same time. I'm like, did something bad happen? So I started worrying, and then they didn't call my wife, so I figured it can't be that bad if they didn't call her. 16 minutes after the hour 7, we are B and the Breakfast Club. Still to come. Text line is open. Love to hear from you this morning. Our number 877-396-W105. New survey finds that many people suffer tattoo regret. And turns out they regret getting a tattoo. And some of that is they get people's names and then they got to have it removed, and maybe they get a face tattoo and then they go to apply for a job, and whatever. Tattoo regret. I'll be the first to say,
what percentage
I got. It doesn't give the percentage, but it just says that there are a lot of people. I got a tattoo of a woman and on my back, and I never thought about it because I didn't see it. But once you get with somebody, they're always on your back because you have a tattoo of another woman's name on your back. I could see where that would go wrong. So I think steer away from people's names
unless it's like
on your
mom. Right?
Yeah, because mom's always going to be the same. According to a brand new survey, 1 in 2 Americans say their overall financial situation is worse now than before when Joe Biden was elected. So 1 in 2 people say that it's way worse. Tom, so what give me a percentage? 1 out of 2 people.
I'm going to say that's 100%.
No.
Yeah, that'd be on. Blake, don't.
Here, Tom, 1 out of 2 is 50%. And I think that's too low, by the way.
I think looking at other studies, I think that would be much higher. And past few years, there have been a big blow for a lot of people financially. And big blow, I mean, also at the White House during a party. Yeah, there were lots of big blow going on. Ivanka Trump took the stand. Ivanka Trump took the stand yesterday in the civil case dealing with the fraud against her father. And she said, look, I had nothing to do with that part of the business. Zero to do. She testified she was not involved in financial statements. And they kept trying to pen her. And she said, no, seriously, I didn't have anything to do with that. Nothing. In fact, I had my own businesses that I was running at the time. So thank you, Ivanka. Yeah. This is nothing more than a sham. New York federal prosecutors announced the arrest of 10 men allegedly connected to the Gambino Mafia family. The Gambino Mafia family still
a thing.
Yeah, so they arrested them on racketeering charges and violent extortions and resulting in arsons. And all the part of the deal is they work with the unions hand in hand.
Right. And they actually did that in conjunction with, like, the Italian police busted the Gambino family in Italy at the same time.
Now, who else works with the unions hand in hand?
The biggest union president, self-proclaimed ever, is Joe Biden.
Oh, wow. Holiday classic Elf turns 20 this week. Can you believe that?
Oh, yeah, with what's his name?
So the movie is now older than Will Ferrell acts.
Yes. Rare first-class menu from the Titanic is expected to fetch $86,000 when it goes to sale Saturday. $86,000. And they are thinking they finally nabbed the thieves. 4 men have been arrested in connection with stealing that 18-karat gold toilet worth $6 million. They stole it back in 2019 from a castle in England. So it looks like they got the guys that stole it. Will had done that story last week.
No, that was yesterday.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
And Department of Health and Human Services is rolling out the brand new gender pronoun policy. And that one Heritage Foundation expert and former HHS official says violates employees' rights and will result in misgendering a whole bunch. HHS and the federal government requiring employees to speak falsehoods.
Well, and that's what Drew from Carlsbad asked. How can we mandate pronouns when we have freedom of speech?
Well, and think about it. If you misgender somebody, you could be written up. Wow. So I don't know if you saw the story, but story broke on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I'm still calling it Twitter. And they're imposing transgender pronoun mandates for all employees. You know who rolled it out, right? Rachel Levine, Richard Levine rolled it out.
So is this really just an assault on Southern manners? You know, because we say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
And that always infuriates Upper East Coast people.
Man, I'm going to tell you, I was on the air in Illinois and had a woman live on the air with me. And I said, thank you, ma'am. And then I made the bigger mistake. I called her hon. No, sweetie. I called her sweetie. I said, thanks, sweetie. Thanks for listening. And oh my goodness, she tore into me like I have never seen and ripped me a complete new one over saying sweetie and ma'am. I said, well, ma'am, where I come from, oh, there you go again.
Right.
Yeah, well, sorry about that. GOP lawmakers calling on the federal investigators to look into whether Americans are donating money to pro-Palestinian charities and unwittingly sending money to Hamas. So we need to look. Supposedly there is a handful of charities out there that people are giving to, and the money is going directly to Hamas. We do know if they look, anything that goes to Palestine, they're taking a chunk out of it. And that information coming from the State Department last week, that it doesn't matter how much money or goods that we send to them, that Hamas takes 16% off the top. That's theirs. So for every dollar we send, they're taking 16%. Crazy. All right, the debate last night. We'll get to that. We'll start with Trump coming up next. Our number 877-396-W105. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Randy Pettigrew. He is your state representative for District 61. If you don't know a whole bunch about Randy, go to the website, randallpettigrew.com, and check him out. I will say this much. This is a guy that continues to stand for our values in Southeast New Mexico, our way of life in Southeast New Mexico. Go check him out, randallpettigrew.com, running for his third term. And once you check him out, if you can, please give to his campaign. He is running for his third time, and if there's anybody that goes up there to Santa Fe and continues to fight for the oil field, continues to fight for Second Amendment rights and the unborn, that's Randy Pettigrew. RandallPettigrew.com is where you can find him. Tom and the text.
All right, so Jeremy's chiming in this morning. I had thought Donald Trump had signed over all of his business dealings to his kids when he became president. Jeremy's
I thought he did too.
Happened. Yeah.
But this is going back before.
Yeah, we're talking about
president.
Something before he was ever president. Yep.
Yeah.
And Tommy is chiming in. He said, why would anybody ever inflate the value of their assets? I mean, I would never do that because then I'd have to pay the evil administration more tax money on them, says the texter.
Great point.
Yep.
Great point.
And laugh out loud. You know, my wife and I make twice what we did 2 years ago. And it's ridiculous how close to the edge that we live. Now, we should be able to say, but that's not the case. Just trying to keep the kids fed and a roof over our heads, that's just rugged, says the texter. And
No doubt.
And the only tattoo that I regret is I didn't have more.
I don't have more, and I agree with that.
I don't have
Smokey.
more, says the texter. You have one?
I have multiple.
You have multiple. I've never got one.
I'm thinking about getting a new one this week.
Me too.
Yeah.
You know, for those that don't know, I also draw a comic book, and there's a scene that I just drew for a new issue that I want to put on my leg.
And
Blake would design a tattoo for me.
Certainly, I sure will. I've done a bunch. I used to do tattoo design flash work, and I would sell it to tattoo shops.
He likes iguanas.
Yeah.
He likes iguanas.
As a matter of fact, if you see like Celtic looking butterflies or dragonflies, there's a really good chance that I designed that.
Wow, that's awesome. Santa Fe, we talked about this yesterday. High-end homes are going to have to, any homes over $1 million are going to have to pay a excise tax. And I don't remember, what was it, Blake, 3%?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so if it was, Tom, 3% of $1 million would be?
That would be $30,000.
Oh, he
Ding,
remembered.
ding.
Oh, my God.
Ding,
This is amazing. Simply amazing.
That percolated
anyway,
in my mind.
It did pass, but now there are several lawsuits that keep this from happening. Here we go again. You tax people higher amounts because they want to move into your community. I don't see how this makes sense. I bet they're doing this in California. And the money would be used to build low-income housing. You see where it goes there? We're just taking your money and we're giving it to somebody else. It's awesome. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. took a jab at the Republicans, and he said, it's fun watching politicians audition for a job they will never get. And to be honest with you, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., you will never get that job either. I understand you're running as an independent now, but you're not getting it either. You have about as much chance of becoming president of the United States as Chris Christie does, which is not good. All right, Donald Trump talked about the debate last night. Here is what he had to say.
Coming in, I had this thing, and I was watching these guys. They're not watchable. You know, the last debate was the lowest rated debate in the history of politics. So therefore, do you think we did the right thing by not participating? Somebody said, one of the...
Yeah, I think by the third debate, Trump has to debate. And I mean, he doesn't have to do anything. His ratings are still strong. But I would think that, well, this was the third. The fourth debate. How many debates are there? 6?
I'm not sure, B. Tell you the truth.
I think there's 6 debates, which is a lot. I would think he's got to participate in the next debate.
Well, I just saw they just flashed the percentages of likely voters after last night's debate, and it said that Trump actually went up a point, DeSantis went down 3, and Nikki Haley went up and is even with DeSantis now.
Wow. Yeah. So, and she's fundraising much more than DeSantis at the present time. I think you've got to thin the herd. I think Tim Scott's got to go. And I think Chris Christie should have never been there. But that's just my humble opinion. All right, let's start playing some cuts from Nikki Haley. Probably the best thing that she said last night, talking about abortions and kind of taking a common sense approach about abortions. And I'm going to be honest, this is pretty much Donald Trump's take on abortions. Have you ever heard Donald Trump talk about abortions?
No, I
been a while.
He's pro-life, but he doesn't talk about abortions because I'm going to tell you. You know why? It's a volatile issue.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things that you're not going to win the debate. And it's never going to pass in Congress to outlaw abortions. Nikki Haley talks about just that.
Can't we all agree that we should ban late-term abortions? Can't we all agree that we should encourage adoptions? Can't we all agree that doctors and nurses who don't believe in abortion shouldn't have to perform them? Can't we all agree that contraception should be available? And can't we all agree that we are not going to put a woman in jail or give her the death penalty if she gets an abortion? Let's treat this like a respectful issue that it is.
And she also talked about there's only 45 pro-life legislators, just 45 in the Senate. She said you need 65.
Right.
And so the numbers aren't going to match. So you're never going to enforce this on a federal level. Let the states enforce it. And so I thought her approach, and, you know, all the experts are saying, if the Republicans keep talking about abortion,
they'll lose.
We will lose the next election. We will lose the next election if we continue to talk about abortions. Ramaswamy also had I thought a pretty decent night. Look, his job is to just kind of go in there and be the wrecking ball. Here's what he had to say about the Republican Party. It's not nice.
We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer to the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023. And I think that we have to have accountability in our party. For that matter, Ron, if you want to come on stage tonight, you want to look the GOP voters in the eye and tell them you resign, I will yield my time to you. And frankly, look, the people there cheering for losing in the Republican Party. Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party.
I have said that multiple times about the Republican Party of New Mexico.
Yep.
We need a change.
He was 100% right.
We can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. It doesn't work. It does not work. Well, the two Indians went after each other last night. Ramaswamy talking about Nikki Haley wants to get rid of TikTok, and she scolded him because he uses TikTok. And he said, you know what? You know where the young people are? They're on TikTok. Like your daughter. Well, she didn't care.
Right. We talked about this. You campaign on TikTok. How do you get TikTok banned if you use it?
Well, I want to laugh at why Nikki Haley didn't answer your question, which is about looking at families in the eye. In the last debate, she made fun of me for actually joining TikTok while her own daughter was actually using the app for a long time. So you might want to take care of your family first.
Leave my daughter out of your voice.
Adult daughter. The next generation of Americans are using it. And that's actually the point. You have her supporters propping her up. That's fine. Here's the truth. The easy answer is actually to say that we're just going to ban one app. We got to go further. We have to ban any U.S. company actually transferring U.S. data to the Chinese.
Well, and he's 100% right. Nikki Haley wants to ban the app, but her own daughter is using the app.
Was he lying? No.
Well, I think she used it, and then I think that
she
got
doesn't
off.
have it now, but maybe she has it and it's under a fake name.
Could be.
I mean, we don't know. But I think he's part of it. And look, I use TikTok. And you know what? Instead of bitching and moaning about TikTok, maybe Republicans need to find how to use TikTok to win elections, how to get new Republicans to come on over.
What a novel idea.
Instead of complaining about it, let's figure out how to use it. You know, I've said that about the Republican Party of New Mexico. When everything came down from the governor about this latest health order, you would think that the Republicans would have taken the social media. I'm talking about that, not individual Republicans, because I saw multiple individual Republicans on Facebook But I'm talking about the Republican chair should have been on Facebook that same day.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing. And that's a problem. That is a problem.
Well,
like social media, hate social media, people are on social media.
Absolutely. And the governor just re-upped her, quote, emergency health order against guns again. And she's proven that she will continue to do that. She did that with COVID for 3 years or 2 years.
Yep.
Well, people keep saying, well, they won't take my Second Amendment. Well, she did.
I think she did, didn't she?
Yeah. Ron DeSantis speaks out and says why he should be the next president of the United States.
We must reverse our country's decline, and that is going to require leadership. I will take the hits, I will take the arrows, I will take the barbs, because it's not about me, it's about you. It's not about the past, it's about your future. We are going to fight for you.
He sounds a lot like what Donald Trump has been saying. It's not about me, it's about you. It's pretty close. Nikki Haley talks about why she should be the next president of the United States.
The world is on fire. We have a war in Europe. We've got a war in the Middle East. We've got China on the march. It is very important that we know how to defend our freedoms and how to defeat terrorism and socialism. We have to know the difference between good and evil. We have to know the difference between right and wrong. We need to know that a strong America doesn't start wars. A strong America prevents wars.
So Ramaswamy went after her again. And like I said, it's interesting that you got the two Indians going after each other. And he called her Dick Cheney and 3-inch heels.
Different generation is going to put this country first. Or do you want Dick Cheney and 3-inch heels?
Oh,
in which case we've got two of them on stage.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And DeSantis does talk about he's pro-life. DeSantis said, I'm pro-life, and I'm not going to apologize for that. Here's what he had to say.
Let's talk now about last night's election results. Abortion rights supporters saw victories in Ohio and Virginia following earlier wins in states like Kansas and Kentucky. Governor DeSantis, first to you, how do you see the path forward for Republicans on this issue?
Well, I stand for a culture of life, and I understand that it's important that everyone gets a shot. I'm reminded of a story about a young mother who was struggling in Jamaica about 45 years ago. She was counseled to not have a baby because she was poor, baby wouldn't have opportunity, and she came close to have an abortion, but she decided to have the baby, born poor in Jamaica. And the reason I know that story is because that baby girl ended up emigrating to the state of Florida, becoming a lawyer and a judge, and I appointed her to the Florida Supreme Court in August of 2022. We're better off when everybody counts. We're better off when we can promote a culture of life.
I also thought the way he said it and that everybody counts, I thought that was a new saying. But I've come to the point where I don't know if we can win the battle discussing abortion because it is so personal. And Blake is 100%. When we tell people they can't do something, that's the rub. That is the huge rub. Chris Christie had his time. Chris Christie has no chance of becoming president of the United States. None. I don't see how he's still polling at 10%. I really don't. But here's what he had to say.
I'm running for president to be a president of consequence, to do the big things, to make sure that America's role in the world stays number one, that we stand up for our friends and allies around the world, and we stand up for what we believe in right here at home. And it's not to eliminate our differences. Our differences has always been our strength as a country, not our weakness.
By the way, his polling numbers are actually higher than when he was governor of New Jersey, because his polling numbers in New Jersey were terrible. The people in New Jersey hated him. Remember the whole Bridgegate?
Right.
And then when he closed the beaches and him and his family went to the beaches?
Mm-hmm.
Do what I say, not as I do.
You know, every time I see him, what I expect is that, like, I look around and I say, did I just walk into a pizza parlor? You know, I mean, because I expect him to be over there tossing the pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really impressed. And I thought when he came to Roswell all those years ago, I thought he was kind of arrogant, pompous, all of that.
Right,
And
his
more.
whole Secret Service with him and everything.
Those weren't Secret Service.
What were they?
No, those were
Personal
security
bodyguards.
guards.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Security guards. Susanna never did that, though. Every time she met with me.
And by the way, I looking at his body, I don't know why anybody would have to guard it. Nobody else wanted it.
Hey.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm body shaming.
Well, maybe,
All right,
maybe he has ties to the Gambinos.
He could. He is New Jersey. Morning show this morning being brought to you by WWRV times3.com. 3 RV parks in Carlsbad, 162 hookups, every one of them coming with 30 and 50 amps and all your utilities included in one price, including that high-speed internet wired right to your hookup. So if you're somebody that likes streaming movies and gaming and, you know, on your time off, yeah, and that's the thing. This is a working man and woman's RV park. They're pet friendly and very well lit up, very nice. Give them a call, 988-0392, or go to WWRV times3.com. Tom on the text, got a couple more stories. National anthem and the pledge on the way. Your chance to qualify for cash, too.
All right, Cactus from Carlsbad, she's saying this morning. Here's the thing that you get people coming across the border that are getting handed anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 a month. Free cell phones, free cars, free food, free everything. While the rest of us are struggling to survive, she's saying. Explain.
Preach it, because I've been preaching it for a long time. When we have to pay a ridiculous amount of money for health care to fund people that have never paid a penny into the system.
Goes on to say, explain to me how anybody in this country can support that. And if you do, your head is so far up your tail, you need to check that, says Cactus from Carlsbad this morning. All right. And Christy, this other texter, would toss the pizza and then eat them all, says the texter. Okay.
He would be the guy eating slices of your pizza before it was delivered.
I just see him like as a deli owner, like, you know, like maybe like the soup Nazi kind of thing from Seinfeld.
Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah, it's just what I see when every time he opens his mouth and he talks, I just think of I didn't come into your restaurant. I was here at a political thing.
Right. Yeah. And this texter says, you know, you didn't put the comeback from Nikki about the 3-inch heels.
Well, I mean, I can't do all of them. I can't. We would be here all day.
Right.
She said that they were ammo.
Ammo. Okay.
Oh, ammo.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she does sit on a lot of the War Machines boards. Isn't she on the board of Boeing? Or maybe it was one of the other.
Boeing or Lockheed or
Lockheed. Yes, Lockheed. Which is kind of scary because she's making money now off the Israeli war and off the Ukrainian war. Yeah.
And she does support sending more funding to both.
Oh, she does. I mean, maybe it's self-serving. I don't know.
Well, speaking out of both sides of her mouth, which is why I don't quite trust her.
I don't like her either.
She sits there and one moment she's saying, we need to, you know, not be involved in these wars. But at the same point, she wants to send money overseas.
Well, I was totally surprised when I discovered that, she sat on, I think it's 2 boards for folks that make missiles and make planes and make all kind. And so I was kind of surprised.
And this text is saying, if they're going after Trump for inflating the price of his property, when will the government go after the car manufacturers ridiculously inflating the prices of those cars? Ask the text.
Yeah. We went and looked at a new Suburban the other day, and it was ridiculous.
And the idea that the attorney general can take somebody's wealth is also just over the top and unconstitutional and goes against every principle of what our country is built on. Tom, a death, former Indianapolis Colts offensive lineman, won the Super Bowl in 2006. Matt Ehrlich died at the age of 41 years old.
Wow.
So played for the Colts and then retired. And it doesn't give a cause of death or anything else.
41. That's young.
41 years.
I wonder if it has anything to do with the booster.
Yeah.
COVID, you never know.
I mean, we had a lot of people that died suddenly within 24, 48 hours of getting a booster.
Correct. Looks like a conviction for the Albuquerque woman who hit and killed a mother and daughter has been upheld. Shaylee Broling killed a mother and daughter while driving a stolen car back in 2021. That case was upheld yesterday. And eight dead in a crash that involved a human smuggling ring. So in South Texas, this happened in South Texas. I wanted to say it was Zavala County, which is right next. Zavala County is next door to Uvalde County. Zavala County. I'm trying to think of the name of Zavala County, but 8 people dead, and a car crash that happened while police were chasing the driver who was smuggling immigrants. Texas Department of Public Safety announcing that happened yesterday about 6:30 in the morning. 2009 Honda Civic hauling the 8 migrants that were killed in that crash. DPS said that 2 people in another car also died. Driving a Chevy Equinox died when it collided with the Civic. Pete Buttigieg, can you believe the nerve of this guy? They are trying to take away his salary. And why would the U.S. Department of Transportation Secretary have to go to Ukraine?
It's a really good question.
What?
I mean, what his job description is not to fix the highways in Ukraine. His job description says nothing about repairing the train tracks in Ukraine, and damn well didn't say anything about how to screw up the entire.
Let's see, U.S. Transportation Secretary.
Yeah, exactly. So he met with Ukrainian President Zelensky and other senior government officials to discuss the country's economic recovery and the impact on the war's supply chain. Maybe you ought to stick a little closer to home and look at some of our problems in the airports.
Well, that's the thing. When can we just take care of our own? How many times do we have to say it? We can afford to be generous if all of our stuff is set in our house.
Exactly. And have you guys heard about this new Biden initiative where they're going to put a kill switch in your car? I don't know a whole bunch about it. I saw this morning on Fox, they were talking about they're going to put a kill switch in your car. And I'm wondering if it's going to be like a breathalyzer that everybody has to breathe in before they start their car.
They can already shut it down remotely.
Right. Well, that's what this would be. It would every car would mandate having it, and they could shut down your car at any particular time. And would be the government, would they be in charge of shutting you down?
Let's see. We don't want this certain group of people to go to the polls today. Let's make their cars not run.
Shut them down. Yeah, great idea. Great idea.
By the way, in the wreck you were talking about earlier, that was on Highway 57 between La Pryor and Batesville in Texas, which
La Pryor is what I was thinking about. La Pryor, Batesville. Yep. My old stomping grounds. Wow.
So
look, the struggle is real. My talks with people in Uvalde and Eagle Pass and in Del Rio, Texas, they all say the same thing. And many of these people used to be Democrats. They're leaving the Democratic Party. But they all said that they have never seen anything like this. We lived in this area our entire life. We have never seen anything like this, and it's not good. People on this side of the border are struggling. You have people that are walking across their yards and all kind of other stuff. And then on the other side of the border, you have people that are drowning and dying.
Right.
And so it's not good. And Biden doesn't care.
And Will, I think Will grew up kind of in that area too for a little bit, right?
Well, yeah, have basically spent every childhood, Thanksgiving and summer out there.
So this administration does not care. In fact, they opened the border. The border doors, they had like a wall, and then their door gates that are built into it. And they opened the gates to allow was it antelope to go through in Arizona? I think it was antelope.
Antelope
to go through.
Yeah, pronghorn.
And of course, when the antelopes are going through, you know who else is going through? Oh, wait, we had some coyotes going through. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Payne and Roswell Firearms. They've got them over 1,000 firearms in stock, handguns, rifles, shotguns. They've got them all. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. And if you've been thinking about getting personal protection, maybe you're not a gun enthusiast, but you to the point where you're saying bad things are happening, I need to protect my family, and you're thinking about getting a gun. That Zia Guns has lethal and non-lethal personal protection. And ladies, they have guns that are designed for women. So go talk to Miss Amanda and her friendly staff today. They've been in business now close to 40 plus years in Roswell. 1907 North End in Roswell. They're always closed on Saturday, but open on Sunday. It's Zia Guns in Roswell. Wrap up the text, Tom. We're going to do our national anthem and our pledge.
Tommy in Carlsbad. I heard two different news broadcasts yesterday saying that baby killers are going to cause the MAGA Republicans to go and stink. I'm calling BS on all this all day long. Economy, the open border, the laundering, the squandering of our tax money on foreign wars are more important to people than the right to kill babies. The Democrats stole those positions that were voted yesterday, and it's more obvious than ever.
I would agree with you to a certain extent. Let me just say that I used to believe what you're saying, but I have come to the belief now that people are stupid. We have a lot of stupid people out there. We do. We have a lot of stupid people out there. And abortion is not important to a lot of people. I'm just saying, I'm pro-life. I want pro-life. I also want to win elections. And if we keep talking about it, I believe if we keep talking about abortions being the most, we're going to lose again.
Mm-hmm. It's a deeply personal issue.
It's highly polarized, and there's a lot of people that believe strongly one way or another, and it motivates people to the polls. Now, whether or not you like their position on that or not, that's the truth. And so there's a lot of people who are pro-choice who are going to go to the polls to protect their so-called right to kill babies. Well, they're going to continue to do that, and anytime they do, in the amounts that we're talking about in these inner cities, we're going to lose.
Well, and I think the race for New New Mexico governor this last time is a good example of that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
She pulled that out at the end and got them all fired up, and they all went to the polls.
Yep. And great majority of women don't want to talk about abortion. Don't want to, and they really, and I've discovered this more and more, and just being on social media and fighting the battle, saying I'm pro-choice and I believe it's not your choice to dispose of a baby that you didn't want, but a great majority of women believe that it's the woman's choice. Like it, don't like it, that's the God's honest truth. Yep. One person has been arrested reportedly threatening a Plainview law enforcement officer. Officials in the city of Plainview state that Melissa Ward made a threat to harm law enforcement around Wayland Baptist University, and that university was locked down yesterday. They placed the university on lockdown yesterday in Plainview, and one person has been charged with making a terroristic threat. You cannot make threats and not expect that there will be consequences. We don't live in that day and time anymore. We don't. All right, 7:57. Tom, anything else?
Yeah, Jeff from Hagerman is saying this morning, why would someone pay $70,000 for a pickup when you can buy a home? Asked Jeff from Hagerman this morning.
Where are you buying a home for $70,000? I'm just asking. I want to know.
Maybe in Hagerman you can buy one.
I don't know about that. I mean, you could barely buy a RV for $70,000.
Mine cost about $75,000.
Oh, shut up! You didn't pay anything.
I could sell
I'm sorry. It cost how much? It was free.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying that I could sell it for $75,000.
You welfare whore.
Show me someone who's willing to pay that for you, and I will agree.
Well, because
Tom, they will never be able to get the smell out of that.
Doesn't matter.
Out of that. They will never be able to get the smell out.
What year bus is it?
It's 1985. It's the original.
It's a 1985
bus.
Who made it? What brand is it?
Oh God, give me some brands.
Okay, so it's a 1985 bus. I can probably buy those all day long for about $5,000.
Yeah, but it's a Willie Nelson bus.
Okay, $6,000.
It's a Prescott. Prescott is a big name brand.
No, it ain't Prescott.
It is Prescott, Tom. It is a Prescott bus.
Nope. It was custom made for him
by Prescott.
By whoever made it.
Okay, $6,000.
Because before my buddy gave it to me, someone offered him $80,000 for it.
Say that again, Kevin.
It's about $20,000.
When Willie Nelson dies, and I hope he doesn't die soon, I'm going to be a millionaire. You watch.
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
That's true story.
Don't forget us little people.
Yes, please. Why? Is one of your brothers dying and they're going to leave you money?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, right.
Prevost.
Prevost
is the name.
Prevost.
Yeah,
there you go.
Prevost. Yeah, I Prescott, Prevost. I was in the damn neighborhood. Prevost. 1985 Prevost bus. Let's see how much they got them for sale without the cat urine smell.
One of the texters asked, can you prove it's Willie Nelson's bus?
I can.
You have paperwork and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
How?
My buddy, when he gave me that bus.
No. How can you prove it? We're not asking about your buddy. We're asking how can you prove it?
There's the
That's a great quote. Someone just said, Tom should be arrested for inflating the value of his RV.
Damn sure did.
And you can't prove it was Willie Nelson's bus. Yes, I can.
How?
When my buddy gave me that bus had a fender bender, all right, in front of that bus.
Oh.
Supposedly the driver hit another car at a parking lot. So Willie Nelson told him, I don't want this bus anymore. So he sold it. Right?
So how does that prove it? It was in a wreck,
Well,
so
wait a
that
minute.
proves it?
Wait a minute. So a picture was taken of the bus driver and Willie Nelson in front of the bus with a fender bender.
I probably have a picture of me with
proves it.
Willie Nelson
Yeah.
somewhere, maybe eating dinner or whatever, but that
Uh-huh.
doesn't prove it was his fork.
I pointed to that bumper, and that bumper on my bus is the same one.
And do you have that pic?
Yep.
Thank you. I will say
Oh,
this
really?
much. I'm looking online right now. Prevost, if it's a Liberty, Prevost Liberty bus
1985
is $79,799
for an 85.
Yeah.
for 1985. Yeah, I knew that the value was way up there, and he was given that bus because our friend Tom was sucked in, like a lot of people are. They were sucked in to the whole Tom A.
No.
Well, and if you think about it,
Tortoise-
before he was one of those ones. There's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, pobrecito, pórtame. Oh, and so they feel so bad for him. But then after they get to know him, and he pulls this crap on them, then they become Tom haters. Look at Tom now.
No, you don't even want to talk to Tom. Yeah,
No.
I see another one for 95,000.
There you go.
But these are all redone and at just prime condition.
So was my bus.
Not really.
When was the last time you started it?
I've been in a little bit.
Since they got moved there.
Good morning, you're on Being the Breakfast Club. Oh,
We
we
lost
lost
him.
him. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I could sell it when Willie Nelson dies, probably for about $200,000-$300,000.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
How about-
now,
how-
let me
so how
ask
do you
you
become a millionaire?
this much. Are you smoking crack or cocaine this morning?
I'm just saying.
And I'm looking in this bus that's 79,000. I will say this much. Yours looks nothing like this. I've only been in the bus one time. Yours looks nothing like this. All right, we got to get to the national anthem and the pledge. Tom, wrap up the text if you would.
All right. Post a picture, Tom, of the bus, says another
Go ahead,
texter.
post it.
And Tom always, this is Tommy and Carlsbad. Tommy quit it already. Tom always has to make each show all about him, says the texter.
I did see the inside of the bus, but it was a video that it was a video I hope I will never see again. I'll leave it at that.
And another texter says, did Tom pay the taxes for that amount? Ask the texter.
Yeah, how much did you pay in taxes for it when you bought it?
$389. I had to register it.
$389. That's pretty low for that declared value.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a $95,000 bus, well, let's say this much. Tom is saying that the value of the bus is $95,000. No. Let's go a step further. He said $200,000+.
If I sell it for $200,000.
So I think he should have to pay the taxes on that. If we use the New York Attorney General's logic,
Yeah.
Tom should have to pay he should.
So I just re-registered for $89.
So let's get that done. Let's go ahead and get that done. All right, check of the weather. Then we're going to get into the national anthem and the pledge. Weather this morning being brought to you by Camp of the Tall Pines, beautiful, scenic Mayhill, New Mexico. If you haven't been up there to Mayhill, this time of the year is awesome. Doesn't matter if you're hunting up there, just looking for a place to get away. Look them up online, camptallpines.com. Follow them on Facebook. Lots of things for you to do, lots of things for the kids to do while up at Camp of the Tall Pines. They've got high ropes and low ropes and mountain biking, fishing. They've got the stock pond, disc golf. And if you're looking to hold a large gathering up there, they have the pavilion and more. A lot of people starting to think about Thanksgiving. We're not that far away. Check the accommodations out today. See if there's any availability. Just go to camptallpines.com or 575-687-4101. 49 today. We've got about a quarter inch of rain expected today. 70% chance of rain. 39 tonight. 30% chance of early evening rain. And then tomorrow morning we'll have more rain, and then it clears up. If you're heading to a ball game tomorrow night, down to about 41. And Veterans Day Saturday looks good. High temperatures getting up to only about 57. We're going to take our break, but first we got to do our national anthem and our pledge, being brought to you by our friend Rebecca Long. Rebecca Long is your Farmers Insurance agent, can help you with all of your insurance. Find her today at 575-393-2661. Started her business with farmers when she was 19. 40 years later, still helping people, still going strong. Let her put together a proposal for you, put together a quote to meet your needs. Look, she handles all facets of insurance: commercial insurance, life insurance, auto insurance, recreational insurance, home insurance. She can bundle it together to save you a lot of money. Rebecca Long's number is 575-393-2661. Proud sponsor of the national anthem and the pledge.
Good morning. My name is Lou Mosier. Time for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
El Charo de Oro, Sebastián de la Cruz.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brown stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glow, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
God bless America. God bless you. 8:09 on W105. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
Lord our God, thank you for giving us Jesus Christ, whose words remain living to this very day.
Hello, I'm here with my wife Dixie, and I'm Blaze Campanella with Judah Oil. We pray that as you go through your day, that you will see all the blessings you've been given. God said that He will prosper you and not harm you. See, in a world that is lost, God is there. Yes, in the most empty place, your most fearful circumstance, God is there. He will never leave you. Never forget, Jesus loves you. He really, really does. Please take a moment and pray the Lord's Prayer with us. God bless you. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever.
Amen.
All right, still to come, we still got to get to taking out the trash, things that happen on this date in history. We'll get to that in a second. Also, we've got good news of the day, boob of the day, and more. Our number 877-396-W105. 70% chance of rain today. High temperature 49. Rain tonight and tomorrow morning, but the weekend looking great. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by the Twins Wells fuel station right off of 128. Exit on Buck Jackson Road, go down about 2.75 miles. Type of day we're having today with a 70% chance of rain, not a problem. They have a covered area. You can fill up with unleaded, green diesel, red diesel, and DEF. And they do accept all credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards are open to the public. Right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road, Twin Wells Fuel Station. Fill up today. We're going to give you a chance to qualify for the cash within minutes. News this morning being brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale, guy that settles the big cases, settling cases for more than $10 million. $10 million, one case in the patch, settled that case. Also, $9 million in a medical malpractice case. And if you've been involved in a car accident or a slip and fall or any type of personal injury, call Luke Ragsdale. And if you need somebody to defend you in a criminal court date, Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300, ragsdalelawfirm.com. We're coming back. First, we got to check news. Before we do that, let's qualify folks for the cash. Cash blowout on W105.
Dobbs Truck and Trailer presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Touching nerves at last night's third GOP presidential debate in Miami. Vivek Ramaswamy again coming in hot against Nikki Haley on NBC.
Do you want a leader from a different generation who's going to put this country first? Or do you want Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels?
Haley shot right back.
I wear heels. They're not for a fashion statement. They're for ammunition.
Haley also warning the GOP to find an abortion compromise for women after Tuesday's GOP election losses. After 5 hours grilling Ivanka Trump on the stand, New York prosecutors wrap up their real estate fraud case against Donald Trump. Today, the defense with Trump lawyer Alina Habba.
We're going to move for a directed verdict, saying that they have rested yesterday. You didn't prove the elements of the case. This case should be dismissed. It should never have been brought. Now, with this judge, do I think he's going to give us an ear? No.
America's listening to Fox News.
Get ready for the annual Electric Light Parade in Lovington coming up on Monday, November 27th. The Lovington Chamber of Commerce invites all of Lee County to participate. It's absolutely free, and you can apply at the Chamber office or at lovingtonchamber.org. While you're in Lovington, be sure to attend the first ever Christmas tree lighting at the courthouse, the Christmas extravaganza at the Methodist Church, presented by the Chamber Ambassadors, and the lighting of the courthouse. Monday, November 27th in Lovington. Kick off your holiday spirit with the annual Electric Light Parade.
Paid by Lovington Lodgers Tax.
As a single mom, it means a lot to me to have a strong banking relationship. With the cost of living as it is, I have to make the most of every dollar I make.
Every member has different wants and needs. That's the basis of relationship-based personal service. A strong credit union is built on strong relationships. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number, you're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
It's the season of sickness, sniffles, and sneezes. But it doesn't have to be if you stay up to date on your vaccines. This fall and winter, you can breathe easy, knowing you have some help with your health, so you don't have to miss out on the sights, smells, and tastes of New Mexico's most wonderful time of year. Vaccines for the flu, COVID, and RSV are all available across the state. So don't wait. Vaccinate. Find an appointment at vaccinenm.org.
Are you a caregiver of a friend or family member that could use some support? We're here for you. Introducing New Mexicare, a program dedicated to caring for our families. We offer significant financial assistance and comprehensive training to empower both caregivers and older adults to flourish in the comfort of home. To see if you're eligible to enroll in the program, visit newmexicare.org. That's newmexicare.org.
New Mexico Junior College presents the first ever Fearless Concert Series, benefiting United Way. 3 nights in the fall of 2023, bringing you a live music experience like no other. On December 2nd, Cobble Entertainment returns with a tribute to the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac, followed by NMJC's Fearless Touring Ensemble. This event will benefit the United Way of Lee County. Donate at least $1 per person to gain entry to this concert. Bring your whole family. Limited VIP seating available.
Business owners of the Permian Basin, streamline your motor vehicle tasks with B2B MVD, your one-stop shop for fast and friendly MVD service. From title transfers to plate replacements, we've got you covered. Need a VIN inspection or two? We can save you time by coming to you. B2B MVD can handle all your title and registration needs. Focus on growing your business while we handle the paperwork. Call 575-665-3676 today. That's 575-665-3676. B2B MVD, where convenience meets efficiency for your motor vehicle needs. Drive your business forward confidently without the paperwork headache.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Calling all clay shooters. Join us for the second annual Freedom Isn't Free Sporting Clay Shoot at Creekside Clays in Artesia, New Mexico, November 25th. The Second Amendment has never been more under attack than now. Come support conservative Republican Harlan Vincent, who will continue to fight for your freedoms. Early registration and sponsorships are available at harlanvincentfornm.com. For more information, call Rhonda at 575-937-1475. That's 575-937-1475.
It's truck season at Sierra Blanca Motors in beautiful Ruidoso. Shop their lot, overflowing with Ram Tough trucks. For a limited time, Sierra Blanca Motors is offering an unprecedented 13% under MSRP on their entire inventory of new 2023 half, 3/4, and 1-ton Ram trucks in stock. Shop online at SierraBlancaMotors.com. Sierra Blanca Motors, your 4-wheel drive headquarters. No gimmicks, no markups, no addendums, ever. Once again, it's time to make sure no one in the area goes hungry this Thanksgiving with the MTD Radio Holiday Food Fight. We're teaming up with United Way offices in Lee and Eddy counties, as well as grocery stores in Hobbs, Carlsbad, Lovington, and Artesia to fight hunger in our communities. With food prices still high, more people than usual are struggling during the already tough Thanksgiving season. But with your help, we can make sure they don't have to go without. As part of this 2-day event, we'll be in Lovington and Artesia November 17th and Carlsbad and Hobbs November 18th. Made possible by our platinum sponsors, Rig and Scrub Outfitters, the Tree Service LLC, and SDR Enterprises. Our silver sponsor, Forest Tire. Our bronze sponsors, Pettigrew and Associates and the Gun Shack. And our basic sponsors, Lee County Electric, Great Partners LLC, Carlsbad Chevy, and the Lovington Chamber of Commerce. Be as generous as you can with food or monetary donations. And join us at La Tienda in Carlsbad, 3 to 6 p.m. on Saturday, November 18th for the MTD Radio Holiday Food Fight.
Call or text 877-396-W105.
Your number one source of local news and information, B and the Breakfast Club.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
My wife thinks that
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Remember yesterday we talked about DoorDash is going to, anybody that has a history of not tipping, you're going to have to wait to get your food just a little bit longer. So if you don't tip, you're not going to get your food in a timely manner. Roll the song, please. Go ahead. You cheap tippers.
One more text. Where's my food?
Might be screwed. Want my lunch, need to eat. Wishing DoorDash did not skip a beat. They're so slow, should have tipped this bro. People say I got a tipping problem. That ain't no reason to give. People saying that I'm such a cheapskate just 'cause I'm filling in zeros. On my paper receipts, tipping option. Yeah, I leave nothing at all. People say I got a tipping problem 'cause I got no problem tipping so small. They keep on asking me to tip better. They call me a problem, I call me a trendsetter.
So if you don't tip, you're going to have to, you'll get your food eventually, but you're going to be last on the list of getting your food from DoorDash. Do you think that's fair?
No.
I think it's fair. You get your food last if you don't tip.
Why do you think it's not fair?
What's that, buddy?
Because he's a cheap.
Why do you think it's not fair?
To tip, not to tip?
For you to get your food after the people who do tip. If you
it better be warm.
Or you're not going to tip.
We'll sit on it. We'll sit on it. We'll keep it warm for you.
Better be warm.
Yeah, we'll sit on it. Officials at a Arizona golf course said the cost is quickly mounting after vandals continue to ransack the place. But it wasn't vandals. It's the javelinas. Tom, what is a javelina?
Is a little piggy.
They can be pretty big.
Didn't he call them javelinas a couple weeks ago?
That's why I just did the motion of throwing a javelin.
Yeah, the javelinas. So it's the javelinas causing the problem. And a bear in Florida was filmed stealing about $45 from Taco Bell delivery. Yeah, where people drop it off at the house. And the bear right now is looking for Pepto-Bismol. It's got some major issues. Major issues. Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department investigating the deaths. Southern California investigating the deaths of 4 Los Angeles sheriff's deputies. And they were all found within a 24-hour period. All 4 cases are being investigated, but they believe it's suicide. 4 different cases and all suicide. Texas chemical plant explodes. 5-mile shelter in place issued in Shepherd, Texas yesterday after an explosion at a chemical plant. That's where they make glue and paint in San Jacinto County, just outside of Houston. And the Grammy CEO is being sued for rape accusations coming against the former CEO of the Grammys. I had no idea the Grammys actually had a CEO. I guess I'm just a tad bit out of touch. Just a little bit out of touch. And People Magazine, there's a great story in there where a bride carefully plans her wedding, turns it into a logistical nightmare after her in-laws added an extra 10 people without asking her. Oh, that will just, that'll just. And O.J. Simpson is 76 years old and looks very frail and hunched over. Coming out of a Vegas hotel the other day. Some people say that's karma. That's not me that said it. I'm just saying some people would say that is karma. All right, we're going to talk about what type of dogs do dog trainers, they don't want anything to do with. I'll get to that story coming up next. Text, and then we got to do taking out the trash. I got things that happened on this date in history, boob of the day, also good news of the day, and more. Tom?
All right, Jerm is saying this morning, sorry, Tommy, if you go back and look at Willie Nelson's tour buses, they all had honeysuckle on them, like honeysuckle pictures. They did.
Murals,
but they did. But when they were out of service, they took them off and they replaced them, like my bus, with windows.
Now, let me ask you this much. They replaced them with windows.
Right.
Let me ask you this much. Back in 1985, they did not have the technology to wrap a bus. So they painted the bus. So how do you remove the paint? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to be a smart aleck.
You are.
Well, I think he's saying that they removed like a whole side panel.
They did.
And then
the
put
whole
all new side panel. Why would they do that?
They put windows as well, because that.
Why would they go to that expense?
Windows.
Because they needed to sell them, and they were no longer in service. That's what Tom told me.
I'm not buying that.
But do you believe him when he said he
Well,
had
I
a
don't
Willie
believe
Nelson?
your rendition of what he told you.
But do you believe he owned the Willie Nelson bus before he gave it to me? That's what I'm asking.
I don't know, Tom. But what you have done to that bus takes it to another level, and it's not a higher level.
It's a good bus. I clean it.
Did it have Willie Nelson's name on the title?
No, somebody else had bought it before Tom had.
Okay.
So, but I got the proof. Why would I lie about having a Willie Nelson bus?
Okay, what is the proof? Go ahead. I'll ask the question again. Go ahead. What is the proof?
Ask my buddy. Call him right now.
No. You said you have the proof. What is the proof?
The proof is it's a centerpiece of my RV complex, my buses. Everybody,
I could say something, but I'm not.
Everybody goes there.
No. What is the proof?
They rent a lease space because my bus is the centerpiece of that RV complex.
So
wouldn't you want to live where an RV?
Let me just say, people live at the RV park.
Yes,
because of two
people want to live with Tom's feral cats.
Yes.
So
pricing and a good place to lay your head at
so
night.
You're saying your proof is that the RV park markets that you have Willie Nelson's
Yes.
old bus.
I
In
would.
fact, if they were going to advertise on this show, they would advertise at Joe Blow RV Park, home of the Tom A bus that once belonged to Willie Nelson, and people are flocking there like Graceland.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Matter of fact, they wanted to be parked right next to me. There's an opening.
By the
Until
way,
they find out that you're going to mooch off of them, and then they're like, they can't run fast enough.
Last time I went to the RV park, there was nobody around you, and they were all over the place, but not around you. And I think that's because once they move them next to you, then they ask to be moved to the other side.
Plus, I have two friendly cats they want to be around. Good morning. You're on the Breakfast Club. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
If that's really Willie Nelson's bus, he had to sign over the title. So his name's on the title.
Well, to my friend, somebody else owned it before Tom did.
It doesn't matter, Tom. It doesn't matter what he's trying to say.
Over 100 times, and his name will still be on the title.
Exactly.
Where it says buyer and seller, he's the seller. His name will be on it.
Thank you. 100% right. That's why there's a back page where you turn it over.
Yeah.
And every time you sell it, there's another line to show that the new owner who you sold
Well,
it
I don't
to.
know if Willie Nelson actually, owned the bus.
Okay. Wait. So
His
all the
company,
people that moved to that RV park are going to be totally disappointed now because it is not the benchmark of Willie Nelson's buses.
Whatever company, his company owned all this, so I don't know what the name of his company was.
Boy, this sounds a whole lot like, I mean, I'm from Louisiana. If anybody would know, it would be me. But it sounds a whole lot like crawfishing.
Crawfishing. I'm just saying.
That's what it sounds like. And if you're watching me this morning on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter.
There that morning when he gave me that title.
I'm crawfishing. I know you can barely see me. I'm out of the picture now. Wait. I'm crawfishing back. Hold up. But, yeah, that sounds a whole lot like crawfishing. All right, we got to get to Taking Out Trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com. They do residential trash pickup. Get in touch with them today, trash-eaters.com. They remind you, give to Lovington Animal Shelter so they can spay and neuter the animals, ship them off to a no-kill facility. They need volunteers and they need monetary donations. If you can do either, call them directly at 575-552-3669. We're taking out the trash. Remember the guy that went into the McDonald's and released a box full of mouses or mice?
Right.
Mice.
Mice.
Just released all the mice. And I don't know why he did that at McDonald's, except maybe Koch, the original owner, was Jewish. That's the only thing why would you go into McDonald's and release the mice? So the second suspect has been arrested for opening up the box of mice in the McDonald's restaurant. 30-year-old man has been taken into custody, and releasing mice in a McDonald's is widely unacceptable.
Right.
After all, they already have their own mice. I mean, they don't need any more. I mean, we're only kidding. We're only kidding about the live mice. Yeah, we're kidding. Sorry. I had to go there. I do apologize. There are no mice at any McDonald's, okay? Except in England where they release the mice.
Well, I think part of it too, B, is that they look at McDonald's and they view that as America because it's an American company.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the way that worked. All right, Tom of the text, if you would, we're going to get to that. We've got the boob of the day. Also, things that happened on this date in history. Professional dog trainer revealed there are 3 breeds of dogs he doesn't want nothing to do with. Number 1 would be the Central Asian Shepherd. Yeah, they're big dogs. They grow to be about 170 pounds.
Don't they look pretty similar to a Tibetan Shepherd?
I don't know, but they're big. They're huge. And Bloodhound would be number 2. They don't want nothing to do with a Bloodhound.
Bloodhound?
I mean, a Bloodhound, wouldn't that be what they call a sniffer dog?
The hound dog.
Yeah, they're fairly easy to train, actually.
Yeah, and then number 3 would be a Chihuahua.
I was going to say Chihuahua's always on that list.
I mean, Chihuahuas have a mind of their own, and probably one of the hard-headed dog poodles. Poodles are tough to train, too.
Oh, no, not at all. Poodles are really smart.
Really?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Poodles are easy
Well,
to
let
train.
me just say, owning bulldogs,
they're stubborn.
They don't care about nothing. They really don't. So I would add that to the list. Jake Paul has a next opponent, and the guy's a boxer. Wait, is he a boxer? So he's fighting Andre August on December 15th. And he makes sure and say that this guy is a pro boxer, has a record of 10-1. I want to see the people that he actually fought. Not Paul, but the boxer or the guy he's calling a boxer. I'm going to look it up during the break, because what I really want you to do is to fight somebody that is like, a WBC cruiserweight, because I think that's what he fights under, a cruiserweight. So fight somebody that we know, But, I mean, he's laughing all the way to the bank. Dude is making bank. Annie Trump, Democrat, allegedly claimed the Maryland home as his primary residence, but lives in California. California Democrat Adam Schiff allegedly claimed his primary residence in Maryland for years, despite holding the seat for California. How does that work? Because we've heard rumors that Martin Heinrich doesn't live in New Mexico.
Well,
and I mean,
he lives in his family lives in Maryland. His wife and kids and everybody, they're at their Maryland house, so that's where they live. Now he does own a house in Albuquerque, but he lives in Maryland.
That's like Hillary Clinton owning a house in New York so she could be senator in New York.
And we remember when she ran in New York, she had just bought that house.
Right.
So she, what is the residency? You have to be there 30 days a year, or
a year, I believe.
I think he's
you
asking.
have to be there a whole year.
Yeah.
But I think you're asking how long do you have to be at a place to claim that you actually live there?
Right. What's the criteria? I don't know.
I don't either.
Texas City Council candidate arrested allegedly possessing child pornography. Granville, Texas, up there by the Multiplex. Is that what it's called? No.
Metroplex?
Metroplex.
Grandview?
Granbury.
Oh,
Granbury. Okay. Doesn't your grandkids live in Granbury?
They sure do.
Yeah, Granbury, Texas. This guy was a city council candidate, was arrested a day before the election after they allegedly found child porn.
My goodness.
So Fox 4 out of Dallas reported that Brad Benson was on the ballot for the city council in Granbury and has now been charged with 2 counts of child pornography. Republican Party of Hood County posted the Facebook that Benson, a member of the Granbury Volunteer Fire Department, and the deputy fire marshal and a businessman was apprehended on Monday. Wow, that really messed up his campaign. Thank God he wasn't arrested for anything. Unbelievable. And Tom, have you ever heard of the Scandinavian sleeping habits?
No, I'd love to hear about them, though.
Americans are having more and more problems sleeping. They found that 43% of folks that were surveyed said they're getting less sleep in 2023. So many of them are moving over to Scandinavian sleeping. So what is Scandinavian sleeping, Tom?
Working girls. What?
Working girls. So that would make them sleep more if they would bring a working girl into the bed with them, is what you're saying.
Right.
With the man and woman. The couple would get another woman to go in there, and that would put them right to sleep.
Right.
Well, in your love life, it would.
What?
Blake, do you know what the Scandinavian sleeping habits are?
I don't know what it is, but I'm going to guess that it's kind of like catnapping, where
it's actually they sleep in separate bedrooms.
Oh.
Working girl.
But without the working girl. Separate bedrooms, but without the working girl. I don't know where Tom comes up.
Tom, if you brought I'm just going to say this. If you brought a working girl in there, you would get less sleep. Well, most people would get less sleep.
But that's not the way his brain works, because that's not the way his body works.
No, because he falls asleep on top of him.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
We saw the video. You can't deny it.
Scandinavian has, if you ever go to Scandinavia, there's a little town there.
Wait.
Which country?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What country are Scandinavian countries, Tom?
So if you ever go to one of them countries in Scandinavia.
Oh, please do tell. What are one of them countries?
Tell us which ones.
All right. If you ever go there, there's if you go down a city street, there's panels of working girls.
That's in Amsterdam, and it's a particular district.
So what are these Scandinavian countries?
And there you go.
That's in one city. That's Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, Scandinavia.
No. Scandinavia is not a country. It's a group of countries.
Wow. It's
So
in that
go
neighborhood.
ahead, the countries.
It's in the neighborhood.
Well, at least name one for me.
Russia.
No.
Yeah, Russia would be Scandinavian. No. Maybe we're going with, what is it, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Finland.
I was right, Denmark.
Wait. And Iceland and Greenland.
Amsterdam's in that neighborhood.
I don't think Greenland's actually considered part of Scandinavia.
No, they are.
Are they?
Yeah. I just looked it up. And two other countries, Faroe Islands and Land Islands. So those are the Scandinavian countries. They're actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 countries that are called Scandinavian countries.
Look, I learned this from the National Geographic.
No, you learned that from the National Enquirer, evidently. All right, we got to get to things that happened on this date in history, being brought to you by Train at New Mexico. Get your CDL in 1 week, 96% passing rate. And part of the reason they're able to pass so many people is that they know what they're doing. They've got 25 years of training experience in staff development, and they know exactly what you need to learn to pass the test and start your driving career as a commercial driver. They'll teach you how to pass the driving test, skills test, and the CDL inspection. Mention being the Breakfast Club, save $100 off your enrollment. Their number, 575-840-9555. They're based in Roswell. On this date in history, Napoleon became the dictator of France in 1799. 1865, General Lee surrendered to General Grant on this date in 1865.
In Appomattox, Virginia, by the way.
Great Boston Fire began on this date in 1872. Tom, where was that fire?
Chicago.
Yes. Burned over 1,000 buildings. The Great Boston Fire in Chicago. Thank you. First U.S. Women's Amateur Golf Championship took place in 1895. Also, Arizona drought declared the worst in 700 years in 1956. John Lennon met a woman in 1977. He said it was destiny. Name that woman, Tom.
77 or 67?
66. I'm sorry,
Oh,
66.
Yoko Ono.
Yes.
Oh.
And the first issue of Rolling Stone hit the bookstores in 1967. Any idea what came inside the magazine? Complimentary blank.
Cologne.
Or maybe a roach clip. True story.
Oh,
roach clip included in the Rolling Stone magazine in 1967. Tom, what did they use a roach clip for?
Catch roaches.
1997. This song was #1. It held onto the charts for 14 weeks.
Country song?
It was on the top 40 charts, and it became a dance that swept the nation in 1997.
Oh, what do you call it? The Sugar Shuffle? The Sugar Shuffle?
The Sugar Shuffle.
In 97.
Was that Gundam style? Was that?
It was the Macarena.
Macarena. Yeah.
Oh, the Macarena. I call it the
Out of
macaroni
all
song.
the white people, we said it better than Tom. Oh my goodness! Wow.
It's not macaroni.
The macaroni. Yeah. The World Adoption Day going on, World Freedom Day, National Louisiana Day, Elaba, also National Scrabble Day. Nick Lachey is 98 degrees. No, he's actually 50. Grey's Anatomy star Eric Dane is 51. He played Dr. Mark Sloan, or some people said that he was McDreamy, Dr. McSteamy.
No, that was yesterday. That was Patrick Dempsey.
That was the other guy. Rapper Scarface is 53. Has no relations to Al Pacino. Lou Ferrigno is 72. Tom, what is Lou Ferrigno known for?
He used to be a bodybuilder, a world champion bodybuilder.
True.
And then he went on to star as the Hulk.
Ding, ding.
The Incredible Hulk. The Green Dude.
Who was the guy that played the alter ego?
That was Bill Bixby.
Bill Bixby.
Lou Ferrigno's a really nice guy, too. We've
really?
done several Comic-Cons with him.
Cool dude. All right, we're going to take a break. We got to take a break. We got a lot of things to get to. Boob of the day coming up in a second. I'll talk about a former middle school teacher who is now being accused of sleeping with multiple people.
My God.
Did I mention their students?
Yeah. No.
And Biden planning to turn airports into migrant camps. U.S. airports. Will I still have to take off my shoes and my belt?
Will you get them
and
back?
lift my hands up?
Will you get them back?
Wondering.
When you take them off, will you get them back?
Wow. Sounds like a great idea. Him and Peter Buttigieg have been getting together and planning this stuff. All right, 848 morning show this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, trusted name across Southeast New Mexico. Metal buildings, they have the commercial and industrial metal buildings. Thinking about doing a facelift to the outside of your home. They could put new siding on, new windows, seamless gutters, brand new doors. They can take care of all of that. Maybe you've got problems with your roof, hail damage to the roof. They can take care of your metal roof or your shingle roof. They can do both. And they will work with the insurance companies to get it done. Call them today at 575-391-1430, Seminole Siding and Construction.com, a company that cares about how they finish the job, making sure that it steps up to their standards. I know it's unheard of in this day and age that they actually want to go and inspect after and make sure the job is done right. Yeah, that's these guys. Seminole Siding and Construction.com. Got a lot of things to get to. Stand by, be in the Breakfast Club, 849, qualifying you for cash. Checking in with news this morning, being brought to you by our friends at North Star Laundry. If you're in Carlsbad, they have 2 locations, Loving 1 location. They can wash, dry, and fold all your clothes, do your dry cleaning, starch them up, make you look good. Now, if you want to do it all yourself, they have coin-operated machines, and you can take care of your clothes yourself, or they can do it all for you. 604 West Church Street in Carlsbad or 609 West Lee Street in Carlsbad. And you can also find them in Loving at 406 West Cedar. North Star Laundry, they're open 7 days a week. Taking a break, we're being the Breakfast Club on W105, 10 minutes away from the hour of 9. Let's qualify you for cash.
Dobbs Truck and Trailer presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
And I want it now.
Call in now to win. NTD Radio News being brought to you by Griffin's Electric, serving Carlsbad for over 15 years. Griffin's Electric, bringing you the news. Call Jeremy today, 575-200-8812.
Griffin's Electric, a local contractor in Carlsbad, is looking to hire experienced electricians. Employees will work 40 to 50 hours a week with weekends off, will receive competitive pay, 10 paid holidays, paid time off, and yes, health insurance is available. Please email resumes to griffins.electric@gmail.com or call 575-200-8812. That's 575-200-8812. Griffins Electric is a locally sourced business that supports strong family and community values.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. An earthquake rocked parts of southeast New Mexico and parts of far west Texas early yesterday morning. That, according to the USGS, a 5.3 magnitude earthquake measured 37 kilometers west of Mentone, Texas. That magnitude quake was felt in Roswell, Alamogordo, Carlsbad, Hobbs, Artesia, Clovis, Las Cruces, and even in El Paso. So far, no reports of any damage at this time. We'll keep you posted. Lee County residents happy to know their home heating bill should drop by an average of $17 per month this winter. The 24% decrease in winter heating bills this year, it's due to warmer 2022-23 winter and increased natural gas production over the summer months. Natural gas production averaging 104 billion cubic feet per day in October, compared to 102 in September and a record high of 103 in July. However, prices climbing next year following recent price climbs. Natural gas prices have posted gains in 4 of the last 5 months, climbing 22% in October. Some of the biggest oil and gas companies in the Permian Basin came out against a proposed nuclear waste facility in southeast New Mexico. The basin spans southeast New Mexico and West Texas. It's regarded as one of the most active fossil fuel regions in the world. It was forecast to produce about 6 million barrels of oil per day in November. That, according to Energy Information Administration, that is about half of the more than 12 million of total U.S. output. All that oil production is driven by some of the world's largest energy companies establishing heavy operations in the region. And that's a look at what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
November 18th and 19th, it's the 5th annual Boys and Girls Club of Carlsbad's Fishing Derby. 2 big days of fishing fun and prizes, like a $1,000 cash tag fish or a $500 prize for the biggest catfish. Trout, catfish, and bass fishing with all waters open, and fish must be alive. More cash and prizes to be announced and all to be given away. Registration is Friday, November 17th at 1 p.m. at the Lower Tansel Dam. And thank you to sponsors TriStar Services, Steady Trucking, Barco Electric, and Silver Bullet Transportation. Don't miss the 5th annual Boys and Girls Club of Carlsbad's Fishing Derby, November 18th and 19th, paid for by the City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Long with Farmers Insurance. The American dream of owning my own business was a constant thought growing up. I opened my insurance office at age 19, and 40 years later, I'm still here providing insurance policies for auto, home, life, commercial, boats, RVs, and ATVs. I'm Rebecca Long, and I want to be your agent. Call me today at 575-393-2661 or drop by 226 West Vega in Hobbs.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
It's the season of sickness, sniffles, and sneezes, but it doesn't have to be if you stay up to date on your vaccines. This fall and winter, you can breathe easy, knowing you have some help with your health, so you don't have to miss out on the sights, smells, and tastes of New Mexico's most wonderful time of year. Vaccines for the flu, COVID, and RSV are all available across the state, so don't wait. Vaccinate. Find an appointment at vaccinenm.org.
Dear Plugged In, you in on this? Toyota's versatile SUVs roll up their sleeves and take on tough jobs, dress up for a night out, or haul your family and friends with their spacious interiors. And they're available with some real sweet tech. Want a hybrid SUV? Oh yeah, they got those too. All with a slew of standard features so you won't break the bank. Get the juice at Toyota.com, folks.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
What could possibly live out here is a question you've probably either asked yourself or heard from someone else. The answers are all waiting for you at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Located at the top of the Ocotillo Hills, the Living Desert will take you through a variety of habitats, from the sand hills to the arroyo, from the Pinon Juniper Zone, and through the canyonlands along the 1.3-mile self-guided tour. Features like the nocturnal exhibit, a walk through the park, including the aviary and reptile exhibit, will give you a glimpse into the hundreds of species of plants and animals adapted to the arid climate of the Chihuahuan Desert. In addition, the Succulents of the World greenhouse exhibits highly adapted plants from many parts of the world. Don't forget your souvenirs from the Visitors Center at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Open every day except Christmas Day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., with last entrance being at 3:30. Visit livingdesertnm.org or call 575-887-5516 for more information. Paid for by City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
This week, Bob's Ridgeway has the pre-Thanksgiving savings to get you ready for the holidays. Like honeysuckle white turkey, grade A, extra tender and juicy with timer, $1.59 a pound. Cooked shank portion bone-in ham, $1.67 a pound. Honeysuckle white turkey breast, $2.49 a pound, and get the top B baking hens, only $1.49 a pound. Pillsbury pie crust, $3.48, and Cool Whip topping, big 8 ounce, less than $2. Food Club cake mixes, 79 cents a box. Betty Crocker brownie mixes, 5 for $5. And get your Food Club graham cracker pie crust, only 98 cents. Everything you need for the holidays on special, along with over 150 grocery specials you'll find in every aisle. We're your grocery dollar this holiday and every Thanksgiving has always went farther. Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Hey, man, who's behind the mic? What's all the hype about?
Me and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
And good morning to you. Just before 9 o'clock, KWMW Maljamora 105.1 FM, better known as W105. Toyota says that it would recall about 1.9 million RAV4. That is the compact SUV in the United States, to fix a defect that allows the battery to become dislodged during sharp turns. Posing a fire risk, just a little fire risk. So they're going to recall about 1.9 million RAV4s. What is the biggest recall ever? Because that seems like pretty big. 1.9 million vehicles.
Well, but that's just how many they sold in those years.
Right. So, Patrick Dempsey. Named the sexiest man in the world.
There's your McDreamy.
Yeah, that's the guy that sexiest man of the year, which is kind of crazy because he's 57 years old. Most of the time, that has been held by younger guys. Mm-hmm. And Tom, again, we're not named. Yeah. Megan Fox says that she was in some very abusive relationships with very famous people. She is not naming names, though. I can only imagine.
I think you can follow those through all of the various magazines that report on that.
Yeah. Number one stream out there, according to streaming services, the number one show that people are streaming nowadays.
Joe Rogan.
Any guesses?
Joe Rogan.
Well, Friends, when it comes to that type of, Friends. And if you're heading to South Korea, there is a huge bed bug infestation issue going on. So if you don't like scabies, you might want to steer clear. Just throwing it out there. So don't go to South Korea or sleep in Tom's bus. I think that is the public service announcement. 877-396-W105. Boob of the day coming up in a second. Wendy's is going to be giving out free chicken nuggets every Wednesday through the end of the year. Okay, what's the... Yeah, that's what it... So, free 6-piece chicken nugget offer with any purchase of anything on the menu. It's only going to be on Wednesdays. Did you guys see that Wendy's is selling their chili in stores now? Like canned chili?
Good chili, though. It's good chili.
So Wendy's is actually selling their chili in supermarkets.
Why?
I
mean, for profit, I get it. But, I mean, And Tom says it's good chili, and I say it's okay chili, but it's
okay chili. I mean, you know what? What was the owner of Wendy's, Tom?
It was David Thomas.
Dave Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Thomas, inventor of Wendy's, came up with a great idea because the idea was, what do we do with all these old patties?
That's right.
Quit turn them into chili.
That's
what we do.
True story. Wow.
Yeah. You want to know where the meat is? Send the chili. Of course, it's day-old hamburger patties, but I mean, we're not picky. Charlie Sheen, who at one point was the highest-paid actor on television, head back to a very small role, but good that Charlie is getting back to being on the small screen. Yeah, one time for doing 2.5 Men, he was the highest-paid actor on television. I can't remember how much. Was it like $3 million an episode?
Wow. I don't know if it was that much. Wow. But
he was making.
Good for him.
Yeah. And I mean, most of the money is gone now. It went into cocaine and strippers, but.
Well, maybe he was trying to sleep. You know, Tom said he had to have a working girl.
Yeah, he had to have the working girl. So, and speaking of shows, Squid Games, a Northern New Mexico college assistant basketball coach competed in Squid Games and the challenge. Of course, Squid Games on Netflix. Let's go to Will Rooney on this. I have no idea what Squid Games is.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about it? Yeah, Squid. It's a show on Netflix.
Northern New Mexico basketball coach is appearing on Squid Games. His name is TJ Stooks. Actually went to France to compete in Squid Games.
The Netflix show Squid Games, you die if you don't.
Yeah, I was to say, if you compete in the actual Squid Games, there's only one winner.
Wow. Yeah, it's called the Squid Game Challenge. And so he went to France to compete in this.
I'm guessing it's probably not as severe as the actual Squid Game. So,
yeah, well, I mean, he survived.
Back to Charlie Sheen real quick. He was reportedly paid $1.8 million per episode.
Oh,
wow.
Charlie
in the last season.
Charlie Sheen admitted in an interview that he spent $25 million on drugs and prostitutes.
Holy cow.
At least he didn't waste it. So,
I mean, not saying he had a problem or anything. The Vatican. As a Catholic, I am embarrassed to read the story. The Vatican says it's giving permission for transgender Catholics to be baptized. And part of this story does not make sense. Because I'll explain. In many religions, you're not baptized as a child. You're baptized as a grown-up. When you find Jesus, they baptize you. Right. Most of the time after 12 years of age. Well, as Catholics, we're baptized as babies. So, do we have baby transgenders? I'm just wondering. But thank you, Pope. This is the most ridiculous pope of all the popes. He's all inclusive.
You need to fire the guy.
Well, I don't know how that works, but
I just got to ask. We've only got a certain percentage of the population that's transgender. How many of those are actually practicing Catholic? Yeah.
So let's put the number again. We've done it before. What's the number? Is it 5% transgenders in the United? No, the number is probably 0.5%.
0.02.
Yeah, something like that.
And we put all that energy. And by the way, if you're a good transgender, maybe I wouldn't even notice that you're transgender, except for, Tom, what's the deciding thing that you look for?
What?
You don't know. You don't know.
That's nasty.
How about the damn Adam's apple?
Tom immediately, his face went flush, and he said, "That's nasty." So he's not looking at the Adam's apple.
Adam's apple? The Adam's apple is here, bro.
Tom was expecting you to say the dangly thing.
Yeah, I think he was checking like Crocodile Dundee did.
Right.
Actually, Tom was checking his phone.
Yes, he was on. Wait. That was a upscale hotel I picked this chick up from, and the old part of Hobbs. Do you have any $2 bills?
I do, a bunch. Actually,
do you know what they're worth nowadays?
$2.
$2? No.
$1.50.
No, they're saying that the first printed $2 bills that were printed way back in like 1862.
Oh, well, no, I don't have any like that.
Are worth thousands of thousands, but the 1963 $2 bill is worth thousands of dollars. So
what about the ones from like the 80s and 90s?
Yeah, it does not mention those, but if you have one from 63 and you need the money, it could be worth big.
So every year at Easter, my parents, and it started with my grandmother, but they would do the plastic eggs, and every kid in the family or cousin, whoever was coming over for the Easter egg hunt, each plastic egg had a name on it, and in that they always put a $2 bill. So I've been getting $2 bills since I was a little kid.
Who wants a woman $2 bill?
What?
Say what?
Who wants a woman $2 bill?
A woman $2 bill. Who do you think was on the $2 bill, Tom?
What's her name?
No, please do tell.
Russ?
Are you talking about the $1 coin? It's got the Indian woman on it?
No.
Oh, you're talking about Susan B. Anthony?
Yeah, she's on the $2 bill.
No, she's on a $1 coin.
Who's on the $2 bill?
Thomas Jefferson.
No, that ain't him.
No,
yes,
Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, no, that ain't him.
Yeah,
that ain't him. Jiminy Christmas.
Sure does look like him.
No,
that ain't him.
Yeah, the name Jefferson at the bottom of it. It's a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas. All right. By the way, the whole reason I wanted to coin in this morning was because Kevin brought up what was in the first Rolling Stone. So since I'm an old DJ and Kevin is an original, he's an OG jock. Do you remember, Kevin, what was in the Cheech and Chong album right after the first movie? They put out an album. Do you remember what was in the album?
No.
The whole cover of the album looked like a pack of Bama papers. And when you pulled out the album, the skin that it's in, if you ripped, instead of being a full envelope, when you pulled the album out, it rolled out, and it was a big, huge rolling paper that was even glued. That's it. So that's an old disc jockey thing. We was collecting them.
You could use the roach clip from Rolling Stone, and
and the rolling paper from the Cheech and Chong album.
Right.
And then you just needed to find some dog poo, and then you're good.
Right. Yeah. And that's how I learned to roll my first one paper joint. You used a quarter of a pound, but
now I had
that would.
I was talking to a close friend of mine yesterday, and we were talking about marijuana sales here.
Wait for it.
I was talking about marijuana sales here in New Mexico. I said, man, they exploded.
Did they?
Yeah.
Or did just the number of shops explode?
And read that too, and he said, well, I was just over there in El Paso, went over to the border and bought some marijuana, and he says, could you buy me some marijuana? I said, no, because then I'd be turning into a drug dealer, because then I have to transport it across state lines.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Can't do that. It's illegal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
But he can come over here.
And they will put you in jail for a long time in Texas if you do that.
Well, man, no, are you kidding me?
He has to come over here, and people from Texas can buy it.
And they do.
Right
and they do.
I saw the story. I didn't do it, but Midland, Odessa, they made a huge drug bust. 20 grams of marijuana.
Ooh. Oh, holy.
20 grams of marijuana.
Damn, that's almost 3/4 of an ounce. Oh, holy crud.
Oh, I was
With
like,
it being,
damn.
With it being
I mean,
legal
you guys are
in neighboring
taking...
states, why are they wasting time doing that?
Well, in a city that is got a methamphetamine problem and a fentanyl problem, and they're busting people for 20 grams of wow. I get it. The law is the law, but there are bigger fish to fry. Man crushed to death by a robot in South Korea after it failed to be able to tell the difference between him and a box. Yeah, the robot was supposed to be picking up these boxes and transporting them to the truck. It picked up the guy and crushed him to death. He died at the hospital.
We'll never have problems with AI.
Yeah.
No Terminator scenario there.
You know, we've been talking about, robots. Sooner or later, there will be robots in the fields. We already have, machinery that, picks a lot of our crops. Because Tom still believes that people are coming over here to work in the fields. There is some of that, but it's not that industry has changed a whole bunch. But sooner or later, there will be robots that are doing all the work in the fields.
You better get a bunch of them.
Yes, Tom, we will have a bunch of them.
That's a good segue to Boob of the Day.
That maybe robots can work longer hours and also not take any breaks?
Well, and just imagine if you're short on labor, you just go back to the factory.
And here's a great thing about robots. They don't call in. They don't have any personal problems. And they don't bitch and moan about things.
Well, and you don't have to worry about misgendering them either.
Yeah, you have no. Speaking of misgendering, looks like this woman was engaging not in misgendering, but she was having sex with kids. Former Maryland teacher, her name is Melissa Curtis. She's 31 years of age now, was a teacher at a middle school, and she was accused of having sex with a student, and now it's coming out that she was allegedly having sex with multiple students. Needless to say, she's not a teacher anymore, and this case is being investigated, and she could be going to jail for a whole long time. House Republicans are saying that the Biden administration plans to turn U.S. airports into migrant camps. Some people are saying this could be a security risk. Think about all the issues that could cause. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I spent several nights in the San Francisco airport. We already have homeless people that are coming into the airport, and that's their place to camp out. I can only imagine what would happen when we have like migrants living in the airports. We already have migrants living in the Chicago Police Department.
Well, Tom Hanks lived at the...
no, that was a movie.
Yeah.
That was a movie.
You actually think Tom Hanks lived at the airport?
For 6 months when he was filming that movie. Dang, sure did.
Did not live at the airport, Tom.
It was called The Terminal. Watch the movie.
It's okay.
And then he believes that wrestling is real too. Wow. All right, we got to get to the boob of the. By the way, I failed to mention that right now in Chicago, Illinois, at O'Hare Airport. 400 migrants are living at the airport, and they're bringing this plan to other airports. Sounds like a great idea. It really does. Sounds like an awesome idea. All right, Boob of the Day this morning being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff. And if you're not feeling well, listen to your body, number one, and then go to Desert Functional. Let them do a deep dive into your blood work to find out what is going on. It could be something very simple. It could be that your hormones are out of whack. It could be something else. They do hormonal optimization. They do testosterone replacement therapy. If you're living in pain, they've got the answer to that with stem cell therapy and ozone therapy. The cryogenics chamber. Find out more information, 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. You can also find them online at thedesertfma.com. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
So a man was arrested for shooting fireworks at a helicopter. And no, it's not what you're thinking. It had nothing to do with a gender reveal. This happened in Georgia last month. The guy lives near a 12-acre wedding venue, which includes a helicopter pad in the middle of a large pond. And it's common for weddings to end with a chopper whisking the newlyweds away for their honeymoon. Well, the man has had a beef with the wedding venue for 15 years and was known to local authorities, but he took things way too far this time. He actually shot the firework at the bride and groom while they were on board the helicopter. Unfortunately, though, he missed and no one was hurt. Could have ended tragically, though. The man was charged with terroristic threats and acts. The venue has had the guy arrested at least once before for disorderly conduct, but this makes two. I'm sure it won't be the last run-in they have with this guy. And congratulations, he is the Boob of the Day.
Boob of the Day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Check them out today. I posted this up on Facebook early this morning that I wanted this T-shirt. It's a picture of George Jefferson. Okay. And it says, "Shut up, honky." and it kind of takes me back to when America had a sense of humor. By the way, if you want to give me a Christmas gift, Tom, I want the "Shut Up Honky" T-shirt.
Okay.
If you would. I'd appreciate it. I've gotten you many Christmas gifts. But as usual, didn't get one.
I did get you a vibrator one year.
I'm sorry, what?
Vibrator?
I got me a vibrator.
What?
You gave me a vibrator?
Yeah.
Wait. Please do tell. You might be confusing me with the ex-wife.
No, with those shoes vibrators, those vibrator shoes. You remember that?
Vibrator shoes.
Tommy, you do know what a vibrator is, right?
Right, but these were shoes that vibrated.
So why would I want a pair of shoes that vibrated?
Remember you were having trouble with your feet, so I bought you a vibrator.
I didn't have any damn problems with my feet.
I got you vibrators.
I think maybe you dreamed this one night in a fever dream. Tom.
I want to put that on a T-shirt. You were having problems with your feet, so I bought you a vibrator.
Don't ever say that again, that you gave me a vibrator. This is the way rumors get started.
Well, I did.
Please don't ever say it again. You did not give me a vibrator.
Or shoes that vibrate or any such gift.
I did.
No. Please don't say it again. I beg you, please don't say it again. All right, we got to take a break. We're coming back. We've got the good news of the day. Tradio's on the way. Tomorrow, the Friday edition of Being the Breakfast Club. Who's going to be on for the Friday edition?
He is Ed Crane, B. He's has an association called Helping America's Heroes. And that means helping veterans that have fallen through the cracks. They've got services for them. We'll talk to them, to Ed Crane about that coming up tomorrow.
All right, awesome. 9:20, we're coming back with the good news of the day. Checking in with news being brought to you by the Atlas Makeup Mirror. Rebecca Long reminds you to check it out at atlasmakeupmirror.com. There's also a lot of cool videos that you can find on Facebook and Instagram, or just go to the website if you've been wanting a mirror and you were hinting and didn't get it for Christmas or anniversary or birthday. Just go get it yourself at lastmakeamirror.com. You can order right there off the website, or you can call the local inventor, Rebecca Long, at 575-631-3189. You can get the At Last Make a Mirror that comes with the travel case, weighs less than 4 pounds, or you can get the one that mounts on the wall. So go to the website at lastmakeamirror.com. We're coming right back.
A couple of cool things with At Last Make a Mirror. One thing, she just talked to you yesterday about it being at Albertsons now. So Albertsons in Midland, in Carlsbad, and in Hobbs. So you can get them at any of those. So if you're in Carlsbad and you want to pick one up, but if you are going to go online, you can get a 20% discount. Just use code W105 online on at lastmakeamirror.com.
So code W105 or stop by any Albertsons. 9:21, taking a break. We're being the Breakfast Club. Good news up next.
Hobbs Truck and Trailer presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
And I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. At least 41 attacks on U.S. troops in the Middle East, but the U.S. hits back again.
This time, a pair of American F-15 fighter jets bombed a weapons storage facility in Maysalun, eastern Syria, where Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps stores the weapons that are used to constantly target U.S. troops and bases.
The Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon this morning, the attack taking place last night. Will there be a pause in the fighting? Fox's Mike Tobin in southern Israel.
There have been meetings in Doha, Qatar, with the CIA, Israel's Mossad, and the Qatari prime minister. And the subject of their discussion is a potential of a pause in fighting for as long as 3 days in exchange for a hostage release.
Food, water, aid, and fuel could also be sent into Gaza. America's listening to Fox News.
Forest Tire cares about your time. You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Are you a caregiver of a friend or family member that could use some support? We're here for you. Introducing New MexiCare, a program dedicated to caring for our families. We offer significant financial assistance and comprehensive training to empower both caregivers and older adults to flourish in the comfort of home. To see if you're eligible to enroll in the program, visit newmexicare.org. That's newmexicare.org.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Hobbs Truck and Trailer specializes in heavy-duty and medium-duty truck and trailer repair. Don't forget to take them your light-duty trucks as well. They've been serving Lee County for 8 years, and they are now located in Hobbs. They can help you with your Titan and Garnett systems, as well as your pumps and tankers. If it's related to your truck or trailer, Hobbs Truck and Trailer can service it. Located at 3220 Northwest County Road in Hobbs and available 24 hours at 575-433-4166. That's 433-4166.
Carlsbad's evening hotspot is Cal's Shade Western Lounge and Package, featuring nightly drink specials, karaoke Wednesday nights, open mic Thursdays for ladies' night with $1 off drinks. Plus, most Friday and Saturday nights feature live music. Don't forget the 24-lane bowling action of Cal's Cactus Lanes Bowling and Recreation Center with Cosmic Bowling Friday and Saturday nights. And eat at Berea Durango Tuesday through Sunday. A restaurant, 2 lounges, package store, and recreation center, all at 1611 South Canal in Carlsbad. Cal Shade Western now hiring bartenders, waitresses, security, and office personnel. Call 887-9012 for Cal Shade Western. Pop's Power Washing Services LLC has been in business for 9 years and continues to serve the Permian Basin and West Texas area. Specializing in power washing services for the oil field, Pop's Power Washing would like to earn your business. Contact Eric and the crew today to get on a maintenance schedule to upkeep your battery facilities, containments, LACT units, all the way down to your wellheads to mitigate possible fines to your company. Fully insured and bonded. Call or text Pop's Power Washing Service LLC at 575-704-0330. That's 704-0330. November 18th and 19th, it's the 5th annual Boys and Girls Club of Carlsbad's Fishing Derby. 2 big days of fishing fun and prizes, like a $1,000 cash tag fish or a $500 prize for the biggest catfish. Trout, catfish, and bass fishing with all waters open, and fish must be alive. More cash and prizes to be announced and all to be given away. Registration is Friday, November 17th at 1 p.m. at the Lower Tansel Dam. And thank you to sponsors TriStar Services, Steady Trucking, Barco Electric, and Silver Bullet Transportation. Don't miss the 5th annual Boys and Girls Club of Carlsbad's Fishing Derby, November 18th and 19th, paid for by the City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
Once again, it's time to make sure no one in the area goes hungry this Thanksgiving with the MTD Radio Holiday Food Fight. We're teaming up with United Way offices in Lee and Eddy counties, as well as grocery stores in Hobbs, Carlsbad, Lovington, and Artesia to fight hunger in our communities. With food prices still high, more people than usual are struggling during the already tough Thanksgiving season. But with your help, we can make sure they don't have to go without. As part of this 2-day event, we'll be in Lovington and Artesia November 17th and Carlsbad and Hobbs November 18th. Made possible by our platinum sponsors, Rig and Scrub Outfitters, The Tree Service LLC, and SDR Enterprises. Our silver sponsor, Forest Tire. Our bronze sponsors, Pettigrew and Associates and The Gun Shack. And our basic sponsors, Lee County Electric, Great Partners LLC, Carlsbad Chevy, and the Lovington Chamber of Commerce. Be as generous as you can with food or monetary donations. And join us at Fenn's Country Market, 3 to 6 p.m. on Friday, November 17th, for the MTD Radio Holiday Food Fight.
Tom A. Reese is on the air with B and the Breakfast Club.
B and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
B and the Breakfast Club. Thanks for listening and making us the #1 way to wake up in southeast New Mexico. B and the Breakfast Club.
For the record, what you guys are doing is really creepy.
All right, 928. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Morning show being brought to you by JankoJanitorial.com, www.JankoJanitorial.com, or call Amber this morning at 575-703-1869. She'd love to chat with you. They can do all your cleaning, or they can sell you commercial-grade janitorial supplies. They can deliver them to you. Give her a call this morning at 575-703-1869. They can take care of all your office cleaning. They do oil field cleaning and industrial cleaning. And you can find them online at JankoJanitorial.com. If you need more information, give them a call today. Good news of the day, Tom, if you have the text, wrap her up, buddy.
All right. So, Kevin, you've been ousted by Tomas, says the texter.
I've been ousted by Tomas.
Yeah. And B, I'm sure Tom tried that vibrator he gave out for you. So
it says, "Hey B, I'm sure Tom tried that vibrator out for you."
So says the text. I gave him a pair of shoes with a vibrator in it because his feet were.
Then the other texter asked if you gave your daughter the same shoes,
and he was mad at me because I didn't have no batteries in it. And he don't remember that, do you, B?
I sure the hell don't.
He doesn't remember it because it never happened.
It was a great present because I told him, Kevin, I'm just not going to buy you nothing.
Look. If you ever bought him a present, I think B would remember it.
Yeah, he don't want to admit it. That's for sure. That's the whole deal right there. And guys, we do have an accident we need to report right quick at Red Road and 128. Texter sent it, Red Road and 28. There's a wreck out there being brought to you by.
Well, the wreck's not being brought to you by. The report's being brought to you by Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Check him out today, reminding you, slow down, be safe. It's going to be wet. all day today.
All day.
Good news of the day being brought to you by Farmers Insurance agent Rustin Hayes. Find him in Lovington, right there on Avenue D, across from Bob's Thripway. 575-396-0513. Talk to him about all your insurance. He can bundle it together to save you a lot of money. Herschel Rustin Hayes, your Farmers Insurance agent, proud sponsor of the Good News of the Day.
So Walmart is making a big change to accommodate customers with autism, PTSD, and other sensory disorders. Starting tomorrow, stores nationwide will have a special sensory-friendly hours from 8 to 10 a.m. each day. The TVs will show static images instead of videos. They will also leave the music off and lower the lights. They tested it back to school season and had success. Quote, we hope our customers and associates will find the stores to be a little easier on the eyes and ears. An Uber driver in Washington State hit the lottery for $110,000 while getting gas. He's planning to pay off his debt and take his family on a big vacation. A dog in England tracked down its owner's missing cat the other day. It led her to an abandoned mine shaft. It turned out the cat had fell in and couldn't get out. Firefighters helped the cat, and it's back home now.
Aw.
I was waiting. A 40-year-old in Las Vegas says his smartwatch recently saved his life. See, he has type 1 diabetes. He passed out from low blood sugar and hit his head, but his Apple Watch automatically called 911 and saved his life. And that is the good news of the day.
Good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel Rustin Hayes. Tomorrow, Friday edition of Be in the Breakfast Club, and official weigh-in day for Tom A.
He's reading his phone.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like you're real excited about weighing in.
Kind of, sort of, maybe.
I thought maybe you would be excited to let everybody know about the gains or losses.
All the progress.
Yes. All the progress. The 1 pound in 3 months that he's actually lost.
By the way, the people at the buffet said, no, you did not have salad, but thanks. Nice try.
Oh.
And by the way, quit not tipping the waitresses. Tom?
He's just reading his phone. He's texting.
Well, that's what he called 12-year-old ignoring everybody. All right, we got to get to news. We're coming back. Tradio is on the air. If you have something to buy, sell, or trade. News this morning being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Yes, this time of the year, you don't know if you need the air conditioner or the heater. If either one of them is not working, you might want to call Enrique Rocha. Enrique Rocha is there for you. Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating, 575-631-1999. Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating, great service and great pricing also. And if it can be fixed, he will fix it for you. Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating, 575-631-1999. Call him today. Tradio is up next on W105.
NTD